2. Hello, this is Ross Payton with Role Playing Public Radio. We're playing a Patreon game of Delta Green for our Patreon backers, and this is using the new Delta Green rules, of course. And we have 4 agents here for Cell G, or no, Cell H. Sorry, actually. So I'll explain a little of your background, what's been going on, because you've been working on a mission for a while now. But first off, let's introduce the agents. And so I'll go from my left to right on the little screen. So Ben, please introduce your character.
Hi, Internet. I'm playing Katya Kamarov. She's a FBI forensic pathologist. And I guess if we're Cell H, I'll be Agent Helen.
All right, so her name is Helen Kamarov. Sorry.
No, her actual name is Katya Kamarov. But if we're a Cell, I should probably get a fake name.
All right. There we go. And then we have Jeff, who is playing Roy Ramirez.
Yeah, Roy Ramirez. I'll be going by Agent Hamilton.
Okay. Hamilton. Very good. And then we have Kyla.
Hey, Internet. I'm playing Corporal James Cassidy of the U.S. Marine Corps, and since it's H names, I guess I'm going with Agent House.
House. All right. Very good. Oh, yeah. So Camera, of course, is from Need to Know, and that is the a physician, a forensic pathologist. Jeff, what is Agent Hamilton's specialty? Is he just a sort of general purpose FBI?
Former Delta Force.
Delta Force.
Worked with Coral Nomad and has since transferred into field work because it seemed less shooty.
All right, and then finally we have Tim, who is playing Kieran McNamara. What is Kieran's specialty?
He's an FBI agent.
Okay, and what is his agent name?
I guess Agent Hill.
Hill. All right, very good. So let's see here. You have been all part of Cell H as a sort of part-time job or a special assignment. And you've all been diligent little researchers for the last, we'll say, 4 months, researching, doing background legwork for another cell that you know as Cell G. And there is, of course, a cell, which is coordinating the activities between you two. But you've been doing, essentially, Cell G has been getting you evidence to analyze and targets to research. And then you have been doing that. Now, your target of investigation, and so you haven't had to do any field work. You haven't even you've been totally isolated from the target. You haven't even talked to a witness or anybody like that. You've just all been working in offices and, you know, regular day job things. And this is about a cult, of course, a cult that Cell G is targeting, called the Convocation. And the Convocation is a very secretive group and a very paranoid group. And they superficially resemble sort of a Christian doomsday cult, but once you sort of dig under there, about the only thing is the language that they use. The theology is, of course, very esoteric, but they do seem quite interested in angels and bringing them to Earth and, you know, calling them forth to do your bidding. So, of course, they're not the happy kind of go lucky angels. These are the sort of, judging from their theological material, very fire and brimstone, destroy everything that is not holy. And for the Convocation, that's pretty much everything. So they're
made of wings and eyes.
Oh yeah, they love that. So Cell G has been investigating this cult and, you know, staking them out and interviewing a few former members. You don't know what happened to those former members. And you know, intercepting phone calls. So you know that the cult's overall goal is to summon, invoke Uriel, UR-YEL, some sort of powerful angel able to achieve their goals of a convocation. That's sort of their purpose. there, you know that there's only one man who can do this, Preacher Lament, and he is the high value target. This is the person. There was a serial killer back in the 80s and early 90s who was known as Lament. He called himself Lament. In bloodstained messages he left on his victims or near his victims, and they believe this is the one and the same. And he is a he is the ultimate goal is to find where he is and eliminate him. However, no one knows where he is, but he knows he cannot. The cult believes that Preacher Lament can summon the angel under certain conditions, and so the rest of the cult is trying to meet these conditions. So recently, you do know that there is a group that you've been studying very closely, Brother Ashes, who is in Minneapolis, and he sort of recruits what he calls the faithful, basically low-level acolytes. And then, once they're kind of nice and brainwashed or, eager to take the next step, he sends them to the other members of the cult so they can be, warm bodies or cannon fodder for whatever tasks the group needs. You don't know what happens to the faithful after they leave, Brother Ashes, but he's sort of the typical kind of charismatic cult leader type. The other leaders are he is mostly in contact with Mother Dust, who lives outside in a rural area in Minnesota, and Mother Dust is the one most frequently asking Brother Ashes for new recruits to do various tasks. And there's also a Deacon Silence, and so you're all called in. You all have been working together in the same office for the last 4 months in Minneapolis. Getting messages about or near, not in Minneapolis, but near it, to find, researching Brother Ashes and who he recruits and how he recruits, and other background on the theology of it. So everybody give yourself 5 points of unnatural and lower your sand by 5. As you've been researching some awful shit.
Oh, dear.
Yep.
Yay.
Also, I'll give you can take a +10 to a skill of some sort of skill related to, well, it could be bureaucracy, it could be occult, some sort of skill related to all the stuff you've been learning in the last few months.
I'll take a +10 to occult.
Okay.
Likewise, 10 to occult.
All right. Or language. A lot of the cult is couched, or history. The cult seems to be influenced by obscure Puritan or tracts and books from the Puritan area. So Old English, German, or Latin would be languages. History would be fine too. Yeah.
I'll take history.
Or just bureaucracy if you want to do that. So, anyways, once you've all figured that out, you all get a message that a member of Cell G is coming in to brief you on the next stage of the operation. Of course, none of you knew that there was a next stage of the operation, but yeah. Agent George is coming in, and he will be there. You get this message as you're on your way to the office. Just sort of an automated text as you're pulling out of your driveway or stuck in traffic. And so that's something fun to think about. And when you go in there, you're in a secure you're sent to the secure conference room. And there's a middle-aged man who looks very tired, very disheveled. You get a faint whiff of BO from him. He hasn't slept or he hasn't bathed recently. Anybody with firearms of 60 or higher can sort of faintly detect a faint gunpowder residue off of him. So something that's been tried to scrub clean, but he's been around of firearms recently that have been discharged. So he greets all 4 of you. It says, "Welcome. We are accelerating the timetable for the operation due to reasons outside of our control. As you know, Preacher Lament is our primary target. We have not been able to find him, and the cult has suffered a setback, and we believe they may scatter soon unless we intercede. Deacon Silence is dead. We intercepted a message from Mother Dust asking Brother Ashes to send faithful to hold a vigil over his corpse. We do not know how he died, but we believe Mother Dust has no reason to disbelieve it. The problem is Brother Ashes became paranoid and shot himself. And well, first he shot all of the every member of in the room with him when he found out. We moved the bodies before anyone could find them, but Brother Ashes is dead, and we believe if Mother Dust does not receive her faithful, they will go to ground, and we will lose. We may not be able to follow where they go. They, as you know, they have been making prep work to set up in Eastern Europe, where we do not have as much of a reach. And we believe Eastern Europe may only be an intermediary stage. They could go from there. They could go anywhere in the world, but they will probably go somewhere where we cannot keep track of them easily. And we need to. But there is a good news. We believe the standard procedure for the cult is that Preacher Lament must perform some kind of ritual over the corpse of a high-ranking member. And so he will come out of hiding to perform this ritual on Deacon Silence. So we have come to only one conclusion. Mother Dust has no idea who the faithful are. We do know if we send you 4 in as the faithful to stand a vigil over the corpse, which would take 3 nights, Preacher Lament will show up, and we will be in position covering you to eliminate him when he appears. And then so you are all briefed on the background of the cult. You all know their rituals. You have all watched dozens of hours of Brother Ash's indoctrinations. You are uniquely qualified to go undercover as members of the convocation, new members of the convocation.
Sir, with respect and everything, but I thought this was just us, monitoring.
It was, but as I mentioned, the end game was always to get Preacher Lament. I do not see another reasonable way to get him in sight. If Deacon Silence and Brother Ashes are dead, then Mother Dust will go to ground. We will lose track of her, and she is the only one who can get Preacher Lament in out of hiding.
Do we have any information that this random death is not some kind of, I don't know, power play within the cult? Or someone
we've been monitored. We have our group, we have broken their communication system. They used encrypted, ciphered messages sent through a variety of means, including fucking carrier pigeons. And we have managed to intercept these messages and to get a better picture of to perform network analysis, traffic analysis. We believe that Deacon Silence, that may be true. We do not know. We've not been able to put. We know where Mother Dust is hiding out. It's a farmhouse in a rural area, a few hours outside of this, out of Minneapolis. But we've not been able to get close enough to put in taps, and she does not use phones or any telecommunications. And she's very paranoid. But we believe that Deacon Silence was essentially on a special project to research something to prepare for the this invoking the angel ritual. We have received some word that they were concerned about an enemy that they called the Gravediggers. That's the only concrete reference we've heard to this. So it seems to be perhaps another cult or another faction of the Convocation. We're not sure who the Gravediggers are. But that might just be some code, an internal reference to the government, as far as we know. But I don't think. I think Mother Dust, from what we have observed, the faithful, are viewed as disposable and interchangeable servants. You know that you've been given faith, but you're just recruits to be dealt with as she won't look too closely at you. We can impersonate Brother Ashes for a while. They use these ciphered coded messages, so she won't need to see him or hear directly from him for a while. And we know, and we've studied them well enough to impersonate him at least long enough to pull this off.
Okay.
So Deacon Silence is currently deceased. Do we have control of the site?
No, it was at Mother Dust's farmhouse.
Okay,
she told Brother Ashes that the deacon is dead, and told him to send over as many faithful as you can to hold a vigil over his body until the preacher can perform the last rites.
All right. Do we know anything about whether or not the faithful go armed?
My understanding is they do not.
Huh.
You can. You're the ones going in there. You could attempt to hide one. We have the van that they use. You could attempt to put a hidden compartment in it to hide a weapon. We do not know. The van will be kept at the farmhouse undoubtedly, and or somewhere on the farmhouse's property. They won't be driving it back to the Brother Ashes. So you could attempt to smuggle weapons in if you can pull it off. Obviously, if they find you out, I don't know how. Mother Dust will not have many cultists there. I think there's only 3 or 4 with her. So it would be even numbers, but we don't know how dangerous Mother Dust is. We do not know if she has any unknown abilities.
Okay. Do we have a marksman?
Say probably assume she's very dangerous unless otherwise.
She is very old, but yes, that is obviously appearances are deceiving.
Give me any comfort.
Yeah.
Okay. If we need ordnance, does the group have weapons available for
us? If you want, out of character, your characters, if you have a firearms of anything above base, you can have any kind of civilian sort of weapon you want. Or if you're a law enforcement officer, obviously you can have any of those weapons available to you. They say, well, what do you need? We can try to get you a weapon, but you need to go today. You need to leave before sunset.
Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem. Who's the best? Do we have anyone who's a marksman in our group? At a character meaning like 80% or more? Okay. Okay. Do we want to consider a plan where one person sets up his overwatch while the other 3 go in as faithful? Agent Gordon, do they have reason to believe that 4 of us will be showing up?
I think the person who's, if you're at Overwatch, that I would highly recommend that we're going to have our own. Cell G will provide Overwatch.
Okay.
But you need to all show up at the same time. You're not going to go undercover.
No, not separately.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we have established cover identities?
Yeah, you will. Brother Asher, it will send a message describing you, giving you you could choose your own fake name, and along with a cursory history. You know how these faithful are. They're people who've lost. They're the typical cultist recruit, someone who's lost in life, someone without purpose, someone who's easily manipulated. This is no different than that Hollywood health center, quote unquote, or the from the outside it's no different than 100 storefront churches
like those crazy people that are in Ulysses.
Yeah.
Yeah. Been there, done that, seen that.
So, yeah, you all need to show up to send. Selgi will provide Overwatch. The main thing is whenever you believe Preacher, we will try to have eyes on you the entire time. We have found a location we can use for oversight. We will try and watch you at all times. Whenever you believe you have found Preacher Lament, whenever he shows up, we believe it'll be 3 nights, but it may be sooner. Just kneel and pray to him. If any of you do that in front of an individual, we will know that is Lament. We will take appropriate action.
Okay.
Yeah.
Roger that.
Any other questions?
Appropriate action isn't a Hellfire missile.
No, we want to get you out. We want you to, of course, obviously, after we take action on Lament, you need to leave immediately. We will. There will be a house, another farmhouse, 5 miles to the east, with a red painted door. That is your safe house. If you can get in there without being seen, there will be phones, food, and equipment, and there is a car in the garage with the keys in it.
And if things go foobar?
If you cannot get to the safe house, evade and extract yourself out of enemy territory. We do not know how many there are. We don't know how many, if Preacher Lament will be traveling alone or with an entourage. We don't know how many people he has with him. It is in a rural territory, but this is still the United States, so he cannot, hunt you for long without getting we can call in local law enforcement to run interference, especially if there's multiple discharges. Since it's in a rural territory, a few loud rifle shots will not be reported. So there's that.
Do we have a signal for G-Cell if things go bad, or are they just gonna see that buildings are on fire and just assume?
If there's an obvious thing, yes, G-Cell will attempt to extract you if things go wrong. If you we will not give you any communications methods because we believe that the faithful are searched for that kind of thing.
Okay.
If you want to stash equipment, if you want to stash a phone, a burner phone in your van, as you go in, here's a phone number you can call that will then reroute to Cell G. It will not be instantaneous. It will take them at least a minute before they receive the message. But you can text that number. If he's not, again, I would. It's up. You're the ones going in. I'm not going to tell you to smuggle things in or not smuggle things in. We're setting up. We will do our best to cover you. We know this is a big ask, but Preacher getting Lament is worth the risk.
All right. So, mechanical question, Ross.
Mm-hmm.
For the purposes of concealing weapons, is there a skill that applies? We counting on luck?
Definitely skills can apply. You can. I would allow. Let me look at the character sheet. There are multiple things I would allow to do that. If you kind of want to describe what skill you're thinking would work. Where is a blank character sheet in the book? Actually, I can just look at the ones on the screen. What am I? Let's see here. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Military science. I would allow criminology. Actually, criminology would work because that's hiding things. Hey, search. You could. I mean, it's basically the opposite of where would I hide if I was a thing that I needed to hide.
Yeah.
Mechanics to build something. Yeah, criminology, military science, or search would be hiding things in existing spaces. If you had some sort of craft skill, especially mechanics, that would be building compartments, because you don't have a lot of time to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you make a really good criminology check, you might know someone who could do it for you in a jiffy. So yeah.
Okay. So
those are the skills that jump out at me.
So to the rest of Cell H, I think it wouldn't be a bad idea to have a pump shotgun or a semi-automatic rifle stashed in the van.
Not a bad idea.
Something a little heavier hitting?
Yeah, probably not something overly heavy hitting on person though, just in case.
It's difficult to conceal an M4.
Yeah,
it's hard.
Something like that you have to put in the floor. You'd have to put under the floor boards, or I mean, like under the middle, like under. Yeah, that would have to be like taped to the suspension or something under the undercarriage of the car or something like that, or put into parts. That's another question. Do you want to break it down into parts and then hide it, or do you want it fully ready to lock and load?
I think if we're going to take the time to bring an assault rifle or a shotgun, we should probably leave it assembled, because if it comes down to using it, we're going to need it like right now, not later.
How good is everyone at hand-to-hands?
Pretty effective.
80%.
50%.
Extendable batons and pocket knives are a lot easier to hide than rifles.
Technically, those would be melee weapon skills, but yeah.
I'll be bringing a knife in with me, and I'm good at hand to hand.
I'll be bringing in a knife too. I'm pretty good. Not my MOS, but yeah.
Yeah, knives would be super easy to hide, and actually easy. You can even just bring them in there and try and persuade them that like, hey, it's a knife, like it's a useful tool to have. So yeah.
What about a pocket mace?
I mean, easy to hide, but obviously harder to explain because like cults like knives. They aren't big on pocket mace. Doesn't have the same panache, weirdly enough.
Your dagger is insufficiently ornate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
We know the
So
building that we're going to be.
The building?
Yeah.
It's a farmhouse. You can pull it up on Google Maps. It looks like a, 3-story, 2 stories and an attic, kind of old psycho-esque farmhouse. Along some dilapidated, overgrown fields with the forest across the road. There's a couple other, sheds, a fallen apart barn. It's just kind of a, you don't have floor plan.
Like the road approaching it.
Yeah.
Anyway, we could stash like a bag full of guns there.
Um.
Closer to PNG, but
Yeah, I mean that basically that would be a. You could do that. Do you have navigate? Try and figure out sight lines and things like that.
I do.
Okay, what's your navigate at? This will be a secret check.
50%.
All right. You think you have a good idea of the closest? You have 2 options. One, do you want to like drop it off? And like, how risky do you want to be? I mean, obviously, you don't want to be like just stop like 100 yards away from the building and run out in the forest and come right back. But like, they have a sight line of at least a good half mile. So there's a place that's totally they would not have sight on it at all if they're anywhere in the farmhouse, and then there's one place that it would be at their extreme range of their vision. They'd have to notice you kind of stopping. So that one's about a quarter mile away. So do you want to be half mile away and totally safe, or quarter mile away and kind of risky? Like, how are you getting them a quarter? How are you going to deposit them? I guess you could try and go through the woods directly, but given their paranoia, it would not surprise you if they have left some kind of booby traps or method to surveil the trees around their farm.
What do you say, Hill? Safe or sorry?
Safe.
All right. So yeah, you could basically stop half mile away from the house, stop momentarily and hide them. Just throw them in a log, fallen over log or something like that, and hope no one sees them.
Even better, just hope that no one sees us with them. I mean, if they find them and bring them to the farmhouse, then that's just kind of a convenience.
Well, I mean, they're already paranoid. Like, it's probably not going to anything to who else are they going to take it out on but the new people?
Yeah.
Well, depending on the guns,
so
the bag, you could deposit your musk.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, you can all I'd say you can each put in one gun in the gun bag if you want to do that. So so the total of 4 guns with a dramatically appropriate amount of ammo could go in there, or 4 items. Each of you could choose one, or actually 4 guns and 1 other item. So a total of 8 items could go in it.
Okay.
Things that you would already have handy, because you're not going to have a lot of time to go shopping, because you need to go to thrift stores, get some beat up clothing, mess up your hair, make you look like you're a person who's leading a shittier life than you are already, because those are the kind of people who join this kind of cult. So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll just go from left to right. Let's see here. Ben, what do you want in the gun bag?
I would like a prepaid cell phone with its battery out, and some bear mace.
And bear mace. Okay. Jeff, what do you want in it?
Pump shotgun.
Pump shotgun. All right. And what else? Get 2 items.
2 items. A secondary item. A small jerry can.
Jerry can, I assume, with gas?
With gasoline. Yep.
All right. We'll say it's a 2-gallon or 1-gallon one.
1 gallon. Yep, that'd be perfect.
Let's see.
If I need more than that, then I'm not getting home anyway.
Yeah. Kyla, what do you want in it?
A medium pistol and a first aid kit.
Okay. Medium pistol, first aid kit, and finally Tim.
Semi-automatic rifle with scope.
A rifle with scope. And what else? Taser. Oh yeah, the Aaron special. Yep. Gotta have a taser.
When I see the first aid kit going, I'll be like, planning for the future. I like that.
Nice, yeah.
All right.
You never know.
Beforehand, can we also establish get a number to call if things go pear-shaped?
Yeah, you can put that in the phone.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. It'll take him at least a minute to reroute to cell G, is what he says. Okay. Anyways, and yeah, are you trying to conceal anything in the van?
No, I think if we're dropping off the bag, I think that's probably enough.
Okay. That's fine with me. So you spend the rest of the day making excuses, calling your dependents and loved one, because it's a one shot, we don't need to go into too much, but you're like, oh yeah, I have an emergency trip. I'll be gone for 3 days and no cell phone coverage. So that's fun.
Roy just goes and has a beer because he's got no relationships anymore.
Aww.
No, it's good. He goes and enjoys this afternoon. Whatever. Taking the day off work.
Yep. And
Cassidy makes up excuses to avoid his girlfriend as much as possible.
All right. And so you all get.
I will just have my weekly phone call with my sons and tell them that I love them very much.
Okay. Yeah.
Aww.
Okay. Whatever, Dad.
I'm their mom, man.
Yeah. So, yeah. Well, how old are your boys then? Like,
I'll say like they're in their early 20s.
oh, okay, so they're not that snotty about it, but yeah, they're kind of distracted. So the George takes your phone's IDs and everything else that could identify you. And as you are and your normal clothing, as you change into thrift store clothing, and he drives you all to a parking garage, and there is a beat up, dirty white van, white panel van that you've seen before. This is one. Kai or Brother Ashes had a few vehicles that he used, and this is one of them. So this is one that the people at the farmhouse would recognize. And he says the keys are in the ignition. It'll get you there. So good luck. When you make it out, this will be worth it. Is what he's
Human tongue Gordon.
Sir.
How strongly does he believe what he's telling me? 80.
All right. Yeah, he's really nervous about this too. He's not having
that makes two of us.
But I don't feel like he's setting us up. So
no, he's just like, Jesus, why am like kind of, yeah, things are moving out of control and he's just trying to hold on, is probably a better way to put it. So you head out, you know where to go.
Into the breach.
Yep. The van is, as you open the door to the van, you're just overwhelmed by this industrial cleaning, a stringent smell. Someone's really cleaned up this van. And
there were bodies in this van, were there?
Can I make a search check just to check?
What's your search at?
30.
Oh, you find okay, yeah, give me a sand check.
Missed the spot.
Oh dear.
What's your sand at?
40.
Well, you actually make that. Yeah, no, you expected this. There's some broken fingernails in here. And the bit of blood that you kind of throw the fingernails out the window. Yeah, there's a bit of corpse smell still lingering in some of the little crevices that they kind of did this in a hurry. So yeah, no, you remember Brother Ashes didn't go alone. He shot out all the other faithful before he killed himself. So yeah, and they had to move those bodies in a hurry. So
unpleasant flashbacks to things in the past.
Pretty much. So
all right, so we get the Charnel-mobile on the road.
Mm-hmm. And you head out. Do you guys talk about anything on the way over? It's about a 2-hour drive. It'll be dark by the time you get there.
We're just going to go by agent names, guys?
Works for me.
Yeah, we'll say your agent names are your cult names. So they'll refer to you as Hill, Helen, Hamilton, and House. And they won't think anything of that for the sake of expediency.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yay.
I know there you would really have 4 different names, but you already have 2 names, and I don't want to like get everyone confused because there's 3 fucking layers of names. I know Delta Green is a game of secrets and lies, but I mean, so
it's a one shot.
Yeah, it's a one shot. So yeah, you drive. It's 2 hours. You have the windows cranked down, I assume.
Yeah.
And your eyes are watering a little, and there's only 2 seats in it. So only 2 people can sit up front. The other 2 have to be in the back. It's just a panel van, so it's just cargo space.
I keep reaching from the back seat to fiddle with the radio.
Okay. Radio's broken, except the AM works. But it seems the only station it gets is this fire and brimstone preacher, who you've never heard before. But he's very intent about the end of the world. And how we all have it coming. So yeah, AM 1200. It's the only thing that works. But
into that, preacher man. All right. Yeah.
That's a little fatalistic.
I'm just gonna politely
Hamilton-
turn the radio off once it hit
Yeah.
that.
Yep.
Hamilton will spend his time making sure the knife is concealed as best he can.
He's concealing that on his body. Okay.
Yeah, he's going to conceal. He'll conceal the knife. So
Right.
we'll go military science for that.
Hamilton, what's your skill in that?
60.
Okay. All right. You strap it to your leg, near your boot.
Yep.
So they, unless they're really careful, they won't see it. So,
Yep.
May I make the same check as well?
Yeah. What's your military science at?
50.
All right. Yeah. And what type of knife is this?
K-bar?
The big knife.
Big knife.
Not a little pocket knife kind of thing.
No.
Okay.
The one I would be concealing would probably just be a folding knife.
All right.
So
yeah.
I don't have my book handy. It's the next step down.
Well, I just wanted to know. So you get to the edge of the property, or you get to the half-mile point. Who's going to make the check to hide the gun bag?
I nominate Ben. I believe you have a pretty good criminology, don't you?
No, I don't. I have a 10%.
I'll do it. I got 70.
There we go.
70. All right. You think you hide it pretty well. Everyone else can give me alertness. Just make sure you note where the gun is. The gun bag is. Let's see here. So that was Ben. That was Kieran who did that. Hill. So Helen, what's your alertness?
My alertness is 20.
All right. Well, it's in a place. You're sure you got it. You know.
I'll
Exactly
just follow them when they're
Yeah. Because you won't be alone or split up.
Let's hope
We're
not.
wounded. We're terrified.
Hamilton, what's your alertness at?
Sorry, 50.
All right, yeah. It's a camo bag. It's. Hope you don't have to find it at night. House, what's your alertness at?
40.
Oh yeah, you know where it is. So it's fine. So yeah, you get to the edge of the property after you drop up the gun bag. You flash your lights 3 times. You drive in slowly. That's the procedure. You do after you get about a quarter mile away. 2 men. You see a light, 3 lights flash from the tree line. And you see 2 armed men come out. They ask you. Let's see here. I should have picked the name for that. Where is that? I actually have a book on. It's called Invoking Angels, Theurgic Ideas and Practices in the 13th and 16th Century, about all occult practices about summoning angels.
That is awesome.
That is a huge thing. So they give you a call and response code, which you don't have to roll because I specifically said you would know this. And it is, I'll just get some really cool sounding language. De novum castigation liable sia consila Solomon. Solomonus. So, what you say? So they let you in. So they point you towards the farmhouse, and the lights are on. And you see 2 more people get out and start walking towards. You see an area where there's a couple of pickup trucks and cars sort of parked on the grass in front of the farmhouse. And you're supposed to probably park among them. So you get out, and you see an old woman and sort of a young, kind of like late teenagers, blonde, very Aryan looking fellow who looks is very standing very tall and very proud. Is clearly her assistant. The old woman is dressed in a very like 19th century kind of dress, very, very formal, very conservative, and greetings, pilgrims. to this most dark hour. This is surely a test of your faith, but I know Brother Ashes would not have sent unholy personages to us in our hour of need. Thank you for coming on such short notice. But we must know that you are of the faithful, and so she has you recite a few things. And again, you don't have to make any rolls. You just kind of know this pablum by heart now because you've been studying this cult for hours. And then she says, very good. This is, of course, Brother Ash has taught you well. His blessing, may he be blessed by the angels when they come to remake our worlds. But now you're ready for the next step. And now you must be taught a new rite, the rite of loyalty and purity. We must scourge your flesh so that we may know that you are of us. Everyone stick out one hand.
All right.
Gingerly stick it out.
Yeah,
All right.
I think so.
All right, the young man just flicks out a switchblade and just goes over and cuts you on the top of your hand.
Wow.
Yeah, everyone takes 1 point of damage. It is a deep cut. And Mother just kind of sits there and just starts sniffing the air. It is you are all deeply uncomfortable and nervous at this point, I would imagine. Maybe.
Very much
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
There are 2 armed men
Yeah.
behind you, by the way. They're just watching with rifles. She's just there sniffing the air and looking up to the stars. So we'll just do sand checks for everybody.
Oh,
Oh, dear.
So Hill, what's your current sanity?
55.
55. Yep, this is yep. This is no sand loss. You're just dealing with this. Helen.
yeah. 51.
You're fine too. Hamilton.
65.
That's a fail. So
I don't think I've ever made a sand check with this character.
Oh no, Roy.
that's too sad. You are just oh god, they're gonna know. They're gonna know. Your heart is pounding into your chest. But you didn't panic or anything. House
40.
40. Oh man, you chose a winner. Yeah. You fail too, weirdly enough. You also lose too.
Can I suppress that?
Oh, you can. Who are you? Which bond are you projecting this onto?
I'm going to project it onto my cameraman.
Okay. So is he your let's see here. Who's your character? Robertson, Cassidy. Let's see here. Cameraman. All right. That is, yeah, your sand loss is now 0. But your bond with him goes down by 2 points. You'll be quite if you survive this, you'll things won't be quite the same with you anymore. But we'll deal with that later. So yeah, you don't lose any sand. And you also lose 2 points of willpower. So until you get some chance to sleep. So she says, of course your flesh is not that of the enemy. I had to know. Give them something to wrap the wounds, of course. So he hands you some gauze. The assistant does. And now, of course, we cannot keep a corpse in the house. We would draw the enemy too close to our inner sanctum. We have it out in the woods. The brother Elijah and brother Patience will guide you there. So this night he just died last night. So the enemy must not. They will not have arrived yet. That will be future. So I've told the preacher, of course, to come as soon as possible to perform the last rites, but he is a great distance to travel. So they we will see you in the morning, and we'll have food. You may sup and rest then, but you must stay up all night, and you must watch over the corpse. This is, of course, not only for poor Deacon's soul, but this is a test, of course, for you. For you may be faithful, but you must be of sturdy stuff to serve us in a most holy way. If you are not, we will temper you. But we don't have time to temper you forever. So she kind of rambles a little bit, and the assistant kind of. So you all understand what you're to do tonight, right?
I assume that we do, like we're familiar with the rituals.
Actually, no, you don't know anything about the standing the vigil. Like that cutting thing was all new to you. You realize this is the brother. You've studied Brother Ash's level of stuff. So like, and you realize that's like the first level for this cult. You're being welcomed into the second level of the cult. So that you're all kind of new. I mean, anybody, does anybody have a cult?
I do.
50.
All right, what's your cult at?
50.
30.
Yeah, 30 actually gets it with a 14. Standing vigil, there's in a lot of old Christian beliefs, you had to watch over a corpse to make sure the devil wouldn't steal it at night. So this is sort of like a kind of like a wake, all that sort of funerary practice. So
It's like a wake, except it lasts all night.
yeah, but you haven't heard one for 3 nights. But yeah, this is so you can't go to sleep, it sounds like, and you have to stay out in the cold woods in the dark with the corpse. So that.
So it's Tuesday.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So
Are we going to be watched while we're doing this, or are they just going to trust us with the corpse?
They're not going to tell us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if we're like going into the woods with,
That's not a good
I
question.
guess that's actually ninja.
This night is the. Do not worry. The enemy is not close, but we must stand our own vigil to watch over it to slow the enemy's advance. This is more to see if you are suitable, if we can rely upon you for the. It is the second and the third night that will be most vexing. So, but this is merely. But you may learn something of our inner mysteries of faith through meditating upon Deacon Silence and his passing. So yeah, this is just that's about all you get. So the 2 brothers lead you out into the woods, a ways off. One of them says, "Do not stray too far from the path. We set a few surprises out for trespassers. Not as many as we'd like. There's just some." They kind of chuckle at that. And then you come to a small clearing, or there's actually sort of like a burned out shed. You can see like some of the framework and the foundation is still there, but it's clearly burned down years ago. And in the middle, there is a small sort of there's just a small pillar laid down of stone in the center of it. And on that pillar is a corpse of a man. And he is in a sort of a robe, and his hands are clasped on his chest, and his eyes are closed. You don't see any obvious signs of death. There's no big bloody gunshot wound that you can see. But he says, yeah. Once you hear the rooster cry, once you see the dawn break, we will come for you, and you can come, and we'll give you food, and you can rest, of course, because this is only the first of 3 nights. So he leaves. They leave unless you ask any. Do you want to ask any questions or anything, or are you doing anything? Just
do they want to? They want us to pray. Do they want us to set out candles?
Candles are not necessary. There are some actually, if you wish to burn them. They will not last the night, so conserve them unless you need them.
Okay. Candles.
Well, there will be starlight for you, and they kind of look. Oh, Brother Ash did not tell you everything, did he? They kind of chuckle at that. So, anyways,
What?
Yeah, what did he not tell us?
Oh, you will see. You will see. There will be light.
Assessing the brothers that walked us out there, do they both seem pretty competent with those weapons, or are they just kind of?
They clearly they know how to. They know which way is up, but you don't like.
I don't get a sense that they have like intense training or that they're.
No, they know how to shoot and they know how to hide. They probably have hunting experience and maybe, I mean, they've probably killed people, but they're definitely not like special forces operators or anything like that.
Okay.
They don't have that, head on a swivel, kind of, checking their sixes every few seconds, kind of feel. They're a little too calm and relaxed about it.
I was going to say they seem pretty mellow at the moment.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they leave. You hear their steps kind of walk out, in after a while, as you're left in the forest at night with a corpse. What do you guys do?
It's like Stand By Me, except from hell.
All right.
Sounds about right.
All right. So as you're kind of looking at each other, you hear a voice. You have come for my sermon. One time for one more. It seems to be coming from the corpse.
I'm not looking.
All right, that sounds like you want a sand check. All right.
No, I said I'm not.
You heard it.
You can't unhear it.
Yeah, you can't unhear it. You made it
can't
through
not
though.
hear it.
So, yeah. How are the rest of you reacting to that?
I sigh deeply and then turn to look at the corpse.
Yeah, I look at the corpse.
All right.
Of course.
It is starting to glow, kind of in the chest. There's sort of almost like a bioluminescent, sort of bluish green glow. As there's some sort of symbol.
Oh, that's always a great
on his chest. And you don't see his mouth kind of starts moving. His eyes are closed. I have not met you before. You are new, you faithful. I am glad to have an audience for my last sermon. What have you learned from Brother Ashes? You are speechless. I see he is not shown. Brother Ashes was always jealous of his miracles. He guarded them so zealously. I understand why, but one must share the miracles that we are granted with others. I wish to share with you more than just miracles. You only have an understand, and so he begins to preach. So do you guys try and ask him questions? Do you just listen?
I just listen and stun silence. So
okay, well, what's your sand?
51.
All right. Okay. All right. So you're just listening. Anybody else gonna? Is everyone else just listening, or what are you gonna do?
You know what? I know better. Like this stuff never turns out well. I'll listen for now, but while I'm listening, I reach into my pocket and tear some small pieces off the napkin that I happen to still have in there from lunch, from the bar.
Sure.
Just roll those pieces into earplugs on the off chance.
Okay, it doesn't really work.
No, I know, but it's giving my hands something to do because I'm not supposed to dismember this body yet. So
yeah, that's true.
So I'm just keeping myself occupied.
Yeah, okay, you're trying to occupy yourself, so you're basically just listening. That's
yeah,
fine.
oh yeah.
That's fine.
I can't believe I'm going to do this, but Robertson kind of has experience with cults in the past, so I guess he's going to ask questions, or at least try to, like, debate.
Sure.
That's not what a
Don't debate.
faithful would do.
Okay.
Debate.
Hill, what are you going to be doing?
I'm going to focus on the surrounding forests. I'm just going to, like, meditative thing, 45-degree sweep. Okay, clear, 45-degree sweep, clear.
So you're just listening as well. All right. So
I'm trying
Kyla,
not
you're
to.
the one. Well, I know you're trying not to, but there's not much competition. The sounds of the forest die down as he begins to speak, and as the sort of blue-green glow kind of brightens up the place a little, in sort of an eerie light. So Kyla, House, he's beginning to explain the real theology of the angels, of the convocation, and the central premise, and all of you are hearing this, by the way, is that humanity is doomed. We are doomed. We cannot survive as a species. That there are great other forces out there that will consume us, and that in order to survive, we must no longer be human. And thus, the angels are needed because they are an extension of the true God's will, that they can remake us to make us more than human. To be something greater than, to call back to previous eras of angel blessed beings, and so at what point do you want to interject some questions? What are you trying to figure out?
Oh man, I don't really know.
You can ask him about how he died, for example.
I'll ask that.
My death, of course. In order to find Uriel, the angel, can only be invoked in certain specific circumstances, and it requires exceedingly rare materials. And so I had to travel far and wide, and beyond this realm into other realms. I opened many gates to vistas you can hardly imagine. And in one such vista, I took something that was forbidden to take, but I took it all the same, for faith drives me. But I thought I had protected myself, but one from that vista, from that realm, struck back at me through dark magic, and I fell from it. And it is only now that I am dying, but not dead. Well, I am dead, but I cannot truly rest until Preacher Lament helps me ascend to heaven to be with the true God. And that is the enemy. But fortunately, that enemy will no longer only knew of me. They will not be able to trouble us further. I only fear the grave diggers now, where they see me as a fat prize to seize. But I digress. What?
The grave diggers?
The grave diggers, yes. Already their scrabbling and their clawing can be heard deep under the earth. Put your ear to the ground, and you shall hear them festering like a cancer as they tunnel closer. The next night I know they will come, and they will seek me. They see me as a communion wafer, as a feast. You must not let them. A circle shall be drawn the next morn. Mother Dust prepares it now. That circle will protect you from them, but they can break it if you let them. You must keep them. You must denounce them and be strong in your faith. Are you strong in your faith, House?
Of course.
Then come closer.
I glance over at the others and I kind of gulp and then come a little closer.
Oh, you are so scared of miracles. Do not worry. I do not mean you harm. The farthest from harm. I wish to give you a boon.
You'll have to forgive me. I'm always a little nervous.
Yes, of course. You are weak, for you are human. You are not yet. But I am. Normally, you must prove yourself 100 times over. But I will teach you a secret blessing. Come closer, for you have proven that you are wiser than your other faithful by listening intently and asking questions. Yes.
I glance over at them, and the expression on my face is, should I?
A good cultist doesn't refuse.
All right, I'll come closer.
For a penny.
YOLO.
All right. Oh, let's see here. What's your sand right now?
40.
All right. Well, let's see here. You rolled a 55 on your sand check. So
Oh, dear.
Oh.
Crit fail.
it is a crit fail, but yeah, increase your lose 5 sanity, gain 5 points of unnatural, and you now know the secret blessing. And you really want to get the others to get in on this. Or do you want to project that?
I only have 5 willpower left.
Okay.
Can I how does suppress work?
Suppress is you roll d4, you get that's a good question. I know it's basically lets you suppress a temporary insanity at the cost of a bond.
Because I'm pretty sure I would hit a temporary insanity with that.
Yeah, you definitely are. Let's see here. Temporary insanity. It is fun. Let's see. That's to say 67. Let's see. All right.
Page 75, I think.
Page 75. Yeah. All right. It's 1d4. Let's see here. All right, yeah, you can, because you'll still have at least 1 willpower left. So you lose 3 willpower, so you have 2 left then. Oh no. You get another sanity check. So do you have dice? Do you want to roll this?
Sure.
All right.
It's what, roll 100, and if I'm higher than...
Yeah, roll. You get a new sanity test.
1.
All right. Yeah, you suppress it. You don't lose your shit. You don't try and forcibly make the other agents listen to the corpse, or run into the night, or curl up in the fetal positions, overwhelmed by what you've learned, or try to tear the corpse apart. You do stare into its bioluminescent. It looks like a tattoo, but it's kind of like there's this sort of, again, fungal or almost like a coral reef kind of thing in his chest, that's sort of glowing more brightly. Yeah, there's some blue green light coming from inside his mouth too, as he whispers to you. But yeah, you now know the secret blessing, so you can try that. It says it will. He says it will reveal the true shape of the gravediggers. And it will see through their illusions and their tricks and their lies. So yeah, that's a thing you now know. Anyways, so are the rest of you gonna ask any more questions? I can't hear you.
Yeah, no, he just wants to survive the night. So
I guess I have a question.
Yeah.
Do we need any physical protection against the gravediggers, or are they solely going to tempt us as the devil tempted Jesus?
Oh, so you're asking the corpse then?
Yes.
All right. What you can give me a sand check if you have dice, or I can.
Okay. 51.
All right. You make it. So yeah, you're talking to a corpse. This is normal. This is fine. You lose 1 sanity. Because yeah, again, it's glowing blue green. It's not
that's fair.
And whatever you want to call this thing, tells you they might present if I do not know to what lengths they will go to break the circle. They cannot cross it, but physical protection. They have bodies. They can be slain. Certainly, it would be very bold if you were able to slay one of them. But I cannot imagine what they would be willing to do to get a hold of me and my secrets.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
Could I also learn the protection against the gravediggers?
Of course, come closer.
I will totally come closer.
All right. You lose another sanity.
All right.
I look at shoot, hang on, I had the names written down. Hamilton and Hill, and I just gesture to cover their ears.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's whispering. You guys can't hear what the secret blessing is. But yeah, you feel this knowledge it's in your head now, and it's not going away. And you lose point of sanity. You gain 5 points of unnatural. Yeah, that's a thing that you know now, and that humans aren't the apex, and we're going to go extinct, and something's going to eat us collectively as a species. So you know, maybe this cult is trying to go for the best thing. No. Yeah. So that's the night. Everyone loses an additional 4 willpower, actually. And if you go to 0, you pass out by the time you're just kind of loopy. So when morning comes, the corpse stops glowing, and the 2 armed cultists come to greet you, and they take you into the farmhouse. Let's see, Kyla, I think that brings you to 0, right?
Yep.
So you're just passed out. They carry you in, so you can't do anything for the day. You're just sleeping the entire day. So go ahead and knock another hit point off because you're too tired to eat. So that's fun.
Good thing I have lots of hit points.
Yep. So the mother dust, if you all sleep, you can regain one willpower back. It's not great sleep. Actually, no. You get. You would get. You all get your full willpower back. You do sleep. You're not that disturbed yet. They mother dust when you all do awaken near dusk, or actually, those of you who did not lose all your willpower, you can try to do something during the day if you want to. Mother dust is chanting up in the attic. The other cultists are kind of doing housework, preparing food, that kind of thing. So you could ask them for weapons. You could do some scouting. You're told not to leave the house, but you could try to sneak out. It's a very still kind of thing. So what do you want to do? I'll start with, let's see here. Helen, are you going to be doing anything?
I would like to roll occult to see if I can get some overhear a little bit of Mother Dust's chants.
Okay. Yeah. What's your occult at?
50.
50. All right. By listening to her, and you see a lot of these symbols on the wall. Again, you know that they're clearly derived or derivative of this sort of Middle Ages to early 1600s sort of era of occultism, of mixing Christian and Jewish and Islamic mysticism towards angels together with an unknown source. So that unknown source, that's unnatural, but she is definitely preparing a defensive sort of warding thing, like something to ward off demons and unwholesome influences. And so she's preparing some kind of powder, enchanting it, as it were.
Okay.
So that's what.
All right then. Have to maybe ask for some of that powder.
Well, actually, with your roll, you realize that she is going to make a circle around the corpse for
Oh,
tonight.
okay.
So yeah.
Wing assault.
Yep, basically.
All right.
You do see other wards along the house, some of which you recognize. You see that they've clearly been that's what a lot of they do is preparing. This is sort of a sanctum. This building is clearly warded. There's a lot of things carved in the walls, on the floor, on the ceiling. Some of them are clearly stained with blood, and they must have something just to diminish or weaken the influence of evil, quote unquote, in the entire region. So, or to hide it from evil. So they focus on hiding. So, yeah.
Okay.
So you spend some time thinking about that. There's actually a lot of occult books that they have on a couple of shelves. You gotta page through those. The Honorus, the lesser books of Solomon. Let's see here. Libro Temporum, Liber Samian. Ars Notoria, things like that.
Okay. So standard, nothing that is other than the symbols itself. Nothing that is beyond like historic occultism, hermetic stuff.
Well, I mean, there's mixing in stuff with you have no idea what the
with some other outside source. Okay.
Yeah, you don't know what that source is. So that's obviously. What's your unnatural at now?
It's at 10%.
Nope, you don't recognize it.
All right.
All right. So let's see here. Hamilton, you gonna be doing anything?
Yeah, I'll make nice with the various cultists around the house, help out with the chores, and see if I can find out. I'm looking to figure out how many people there are on the farm right now, whether or not more are coming, other than Lament.
Okay.
And in the course of helping out with the chores and stuff, I'll try and get a good idea of the layout outside.
Okay.
I also want to figure out where they keep their car keys.
Okay. You'll get some of those from
where the brothers keep their guns.
Do you have Persuade?
Yes, I do.
What's your Persuade at?
It's at 80.
80. You're
I'm a lying liar who lies.
All right, let me pull that on a flat surface, actually. All right, they are expecting a lot of people to show up. Preacher Lament does have an entourage, and so they're making food to store. In the that they can so they can have a big feast when he shows up. So that's part of it. So yeah, they're definitely expecting company. What were your other questions?
Okay, so are they expecting company? How many people are on site right now? So
trying to get a rough idea. You made a persuasion check. They do mention that there's one more guy. One of the brother patients goes out the opposite end to drop off some food. So he is there. So there's another person. They just say he's a penitent. We don't give him a name until he's done. He's not responsible for Deacon Silence, but had he been more alert and more vigilant, Deacon Silence would be with us today. So,
okay. And the last part is I'm just seeing if I can figure out where they keep the keys for the cars.
What's your alertness?
50. And where the brothers keep their guns.
Well, the cars, you figure out the car keys are kept in the car. Very, very low security here. Their security is in, they're in the fucking nowhere, and it's easy for them to hear cars coming. So, and guns, that'll be another check. Let's see here.
Yep.
You see where some guns are. Some of them they seem to carry. They all have a handgun on their person. All three of them. So they all have a revolver or a handgun, somewhere on their person, including the younger guy. There is a gun rack that is locked in a closet, in sort of a linen closet. They took out the linens and put in a gun rack.
Okay.
But that linen closet has a key on it, so you don't know who has the key. They actually no, you do see that the assistant has it because he takes out a rifle at one point and checks it, and then they talk about, do we need to give more guns, so the guests feel more secure, that we can all give them extra guns when they're here. So at least one source of guns. So that's about all you're able to figure out.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. It's a good day's work.
Kyla, you're of course sleeping. Fortunately, you don't dream. You're that tired, so yay. And then finally, Tim, what are you gonna do?
I'm also going to ask around if I can overhear Hamilton's question about Deacon Silence. See if I can follow up by he kind of alluded to how he passed away, but can we get more specifics?
Do you have Persuade?
I do, at 70.
All right. They say, well, the penitent was out as his assistant to watch the gate out. We dug out a hole in, an area out in the barn so they could work undisturbed. And the assistant was there to close the gate as soon as he came back, but he delayed because he was trying. He was just late in closing the gate. He did not anticipate. He was told to keep his eyes on the gate, to stare upon it intently, so he know exactly when the Deacon Silence would return. But he found it too hard to bear the burden of staring through the gate. So he is there. We will set him out at night tonight as an extra. Well, Mother Dust will decide his fate. Mother Dust may decide to hold on to keep him. Well, it is Mother Dust's decision. So I don't know what to. So yeah, you're able to figure that much out.
Okay.
There are opportunities for you to sneak out if you want.
I'm not terribly sneaky.
Okay. Well, then you don't have to do that.
Okay. I do ask if there's any way. I of course have confidence in Mother Dust's esoteric defenses, but from Deacon Silence's description of the Gravediggers, we may want some more mundane defenses. I don't know if you're going to.
Oh well, yeah, of course. I will ask Mother Dust on your behalf if that would help. And yes, of course, you seem trustworthy. So dusk comes. Let's see here. House, you wake up. You're a bit hungry, but it's like, oh, it's time to go. Time for the second night of the vigil.
Second verse, same as the first. Well, no, not really, but yeah.
So Mother Dust appears. She has a very large urn. She says, I've been told that Deacon Silence gave you a sermon, and he gave secret blessings upon you, which is a very good sign that he has trust and faith in you. So you have asked for firearms to help protect him, and I admire your vigilance. I admire your zealousness. So you will be granted one weapon each. Of course, only fire them into the Gravediggers, not into others that would draw unwanted attention to us. And I will go and prepare the ward, and any of us can, of course, step over the circle as long as we do not directly touch it. But the Gravediggers will be very. They should not be able to cross it. But tonight we will all be in the house. I've decided the penitent will come back in the house. We will have need of him on the third night, but we will not be able to aid you. So we will give you more candles this time, so you will have more light. I do not believe Deacon Silence will give a sermon now. Again, that was his last sermon. It was very tired. I imagine he was saved. That must have been excruciating for him to speak beyond death. So you're doubly blessed, and I hope you appreciate his sacrifice for you.
I just start nodding like I understand. I really don't, but I'm just like, yes, of course.
So you each have a firearm. I will give you hunting rifles that you may hunt the enemy but you may step over the circle. But if the gravediggers may be able to touch you if they do. So, but I do not know the end of their trickery. You must keep them away from the circle so that they cannot break it. They do not have a chance. Like any castle wall, it can be broken given enough effort. You will be under siege tonight, and you must be vigilant. Yeah. Do you guys ask anything or say anything before you trot back out there?
So you say that they can break the circle, they just need to physically touch it, or I thought they can cross it.
They could not cross it. Like a castle wall, they may be able to break it given enough effort. They have their own dark magic, their own infernal sorcery. They call upon devils and other dark forces to do their work. So you must keep them from it. You are manning the ramparts of our faith, as you are battling for Deacon Silence's soul and your own lives, of course.
Of course.
Would it be possible to bring some coffee or something of that nature to help us stay awake so we may protect him?
Of course, you are wise. Yes, we will bring you tea that will keep you awake, and a special brew of my own that will keep you very alert and very awake.
No math.
And
no espresso? Oh man.
Oh, I was just gonna say math.
Espresso is evil. This is church doctrine.
That right there shows why these people need to be destroyed.
So yeah, you'll be given special tea that you can drink, and you'll totally get willpower points back.
I'm good, thanks.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna touch that.
Well, you're gonna have choices to make. So you're all go down there, and the corpse is there, it's getting real ripe. Yep. Fortunately, I'm not gonna make anybody roll Sam, but it's yeah. It's smelling right, but there are no flies on it. In fact, the insects do not touch it. Which is really not good. That's you've never seen that before. It should be absolutely covered in maggots at this point. But nope. It just smells. And not even actually that bad. I mean, it smells bad, but like fresh 2-day-old corpse smells bad. It's just kind of unpleasant. Kind of an unpleasant, kind of salty smell, almost like something from the ocean that's drying out on the beach. So, yep. So yeah, the Mother Dust draws this circle of dust around the foundations of this burned out shed. You all are in it. You all have a hunting rifle. It's a bolt action rifle. Sort of a cheap pawn store 30-06.
How much ammo?
6. I'll say there's a box of ammo in there of 30 shells. I'll say, and each rifle is already loaded. So yeah, an additional 30 shots, and each rifle has like 5 shots.
Okay.
So yeah. All right. So they hurry back into the house. The sun sets awfully quick. It gets really dark. The corpse does not glow anymore. So you light some candles, I assume. So you have something for the dark. You have enough candles to last all night now. So I assume, are you guys setting up enough candles around so you can see at least a little bit around it?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
At the very least, we're cultists. We gotta set candles out.
That's
We're gonna be
Pretending
cultists
to be
without
cultists.
candles.
All right. So you set the candles out, but the forest is pitch black. It's utterly dark. But then you start to hear footsteps crunching through the forest. A couple sets of footprints. Just crunching through the underbrush, seemingly heading towards you. And after a while, you hear a voice. Hello? Someone out there?
Hello?
Oh, hey. Hey, you seen a dog around here? We're from the farm over there, and looking for my dog, Buster. He got loose. As you do. A boy forgot to chain him up. I'm sorry, Dad. I'm sorry. All right. So you see, like, middle-aged man, flannel shirt, jeans, boots, a John Deere ball cap, and a teenage son kind of kicking the dirt. They got a flashlight, and they say, "Oh, hey, oh my goodness, is that man dead? Is he sick? Do you need help?"
Can I roll my ritual? Because the devil takes many forms.
With ritual, the secret blessing.
Yeah, the secret blessing.
All right, you lose 1 point of sand and lose 3 willpower.
Okay.
All right, now what's your sand right now?
My sand is at 48.
All right. All right. All right. Fight, flight, or freeze.
Oh dear.
Could I suppress?
You can try.
Yeah, I'd like to try.
All right. Let's see here. Lose an additional 3 willpower.
Okay.
Do you have at least one left?
Yes. I do.
Okay. You lost 5, by the way, so your current sanity is
so
what,
I'm in.
43?
Yes. Oh, great.
All right. You managed to suppress it.
Yay.
All right. You see 2 very large, 7-foot tall humanoid things with bent legs and cloven hooves. The corpse smells overwhelming, and they're just at the edge of the light, and they're looking at you. So you yeah.
Do they like narrow their eyes or something? Like they know I've pierced their disguise. Oh, great.
They seem to look at you. It's like, "Are you all right?" They speak in the same voice, and the one who speaks as a teenager boy is very like, "Oh, that's very disconcerting." Are you all right, mister? Look, we'll go call the police. It's no problem. I got a cell phone here. He takes out. Look.
What is the creature doing? Is it just miming his movements, or is it just standing there?
It seems to have a cell phone in its hand.
Oh fuck!
So I'm gonna put a hand up to
I'm
gonna put a hand up to Helen.
Yeah.
I'm going to approach the edge of the circle, but like still be like a yard inside it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to gesture for them to come a little bit closer.
Are you all right? Why do you all have guns? Look.
Why don't you? I'll actually set the gun aside.
Okay.
Be like, why don't you come a little closer so we don't have to yell at each other through the woods at night?
Oh, okay. Well, we're just looking for my dog. It's my dog, Paul. Okay. Yeah, it's our dog.
I might
try to lean in.
Find your dog.
Okay.
Can I try to lean in?
But I'm not gonna yell through the night to do it.
All right, they get closer.
All right.
Yeah, it's spooky out here.
Hey, Helen.
Yes.
Helen. Take a breath. I know what you did. And if I didn't see your heart trying to hammer its way out of your shirt, I'd still know what these are. Or at least I'd know they're not a farmer and his kid.
Could we know that?
They don't have flashlights. They're walking around in pitch black in the middle of the night looking for a dog with no lights, and they're not calling its name. They're not looking for a dog. So
I know they're not looking for a dog.
I'll turn back to the farmer and I'll smile and I'll say, "So you're looking for a dog?"
Yeah, Buster. He's a beagle, about yay big. Got loose.
It's funny because we're looking for.
What are you doing out here? Is that smells that looks like a corpse? Is this?
I know, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Looks just like a corpse.
Yeah.
And I have a sneaking suspicion that there's folks out here who'd like to know more about it.
Oh, so we should call the police? Yeah.
Or you should cut the shit.
What are you talking about?
Well, my guess is that you're here for that.
All right.
You want it?
What's your persuade?
80.
All right. All right. Hey, crit success. 44.
Dang.
The farmer and the teenage just smile. Oh, should we drop the pretenses then?
I'm cool. I don't need to know more.
Yeah, you.
But here's the thing, Farmer Brown.
Uh-huh.
So we don't give a shit about Jan's sack of meat.
Uh-huh.
No, we really don't.
But we're waiting for someone to show up to
Uh-huh.
take care of it.
Mm-hmm.
So if it were to go missing after or while we're taking care of the person that we're looking for, that would not be our problem.
Who are you trying to betray?
I'm not betraying anyone.
Oh, but you are.
No, I'll smile.
I see treachery.
I'll be like, I'm not betraying anybody. I'm doing what I'm here to do.
We're doing our job. It's what we do.
Because if you're here, because my understanding is that they're coming here to destroy the corpse, because a corpse like that cannot be destroyed normally.
Well, if we do our job right, the person who's coming here to destroy that corpse won't get the opportunity.
So a betrayal, very explicit.
My understanding is that your goal is to probably eat yon thing.
Oh yes.
Now, is that going to destroy it?
Well, we will preserve it in a way. Its memories will live on forever.
Yeah. Okay.
I turned green.
Yeah. Everyone, give me sand checks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Is that unnatural helplessness?
I deserve
Unnatural.
that hit.
Yeah. You're openly bargaining with an unnatural creature. Like,
Oh
yeah. Let's see. So Ben, what's your current sanity?
43.
43. That's right. You make that, so whatever. Let's see here. Hamilton. What's yours?
yeah. I'm currently at 63.
Well, you're not feeling great about this. So that's 4 sanity. Yeah. No, you're bargaining with the enemy.
59.
yeah.
Bargaining with an enemy.
Well, yeah. What
The
does that make
emissary
you?
of an enemy.
Yeah, the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
No, the enemy of my enemy is my enemy's enemy.
Yeah. House, what's your sanity?
35.
Oh yeah. You
Crit
lose
fail?
4. Yeah, 4 as well. It's only a D4, so you can only lose 4.
Good, so I won't go crazy.
Yep, but you feel yeah. Actually, but you crit failed. So what's your intelligence?
15.
All right. Oh, hey, you crit succeeded on your intelligence check. Gain 5 points of unnatural.
I'm
Oh.
going nuts.
Roy,
You know exactly
We're
what
learning
these
so much.
are. You actually were dreaming about them. You just remember your dream. So we'll get back to that.
Wait, how much sand did I lose?
4. Are
Okay.
you at a breaking point?
Oh, still just above it.
All right.
Roy hit his breaking point though.
Oh no, Roy!
Finally,
Not temporary
Hill.
insanity, but he's going to have a disorder.
55.
All right. It's not good for any of you guys. You guys have not. That's 4 for you as well. Damn, I just run my D4 is.
I gotta suppress this. I gotta suppress.
All right. Let's see here. Are you just gonna dump the sand loss onto someone?
Yeah, my son.
Okay.
Doing this for him.
Uh,
Fucking grateful.
all right. You only lose 2 that way. You take 2 off your bond and 2 willpower.
All right.
Yep. Oh yeah, that guy that looks like a son. He's kind of reminds you of your son, only he's a monster that eats corpses. You're not going to have you're going to have problems. Just, yeah. Mm. The monster pretending to be a teenager is not doing you real good. It's not doing you any favors, mental health wise.
Too bad you don't know the magic to be sure.
Are you using the secret blessing?
No, I don't need to. I already know that they're monsters.
Okay.
I saw the truth.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. So
I'm just saying that he doesn't know the way to make sure that anyone he ever meets is a monster.
Exactly. Yeah, that's going to be real. Yeah, that's how it's going to turn up later. It's like, how do I know you're not a corpse eating monster? Is that what you're doing out tonight? So anyways, back to Hamilton negotiating with the thing.
Yep.
You don't understand. We will get the corpse before he shows up anyway. If not tonight, tomorrow night. So,
well,
give us the corpse now. Give us the corpse give us the corpse now, and we'll let you live. You can have a nice full lifespan, and only when you die will we eat you. So you get to have a whole lifetimes of knowledge for us to acquire, but you get to live. You'll die of natural causes or whatever you were destined to die of anyways. We won't come for you in the night. Does that sound acceptable?
Hamilton smiles, sort of gestures back at the corpse and says, look at what I do for a living and tell me I'm going to have a long natural life. Don't lie to a liar.
Well, all right, but we're getting in there sooner or later. Why make it hard for yourself?
Mr.
I'm saying the same thing to you.
Look,
Fun.
Mr. Whatever your name is.
You can give me a name.
Jones. I don't know. Whatever.
Jones. I like that. Farmer Jones. I ate a Jones once. Anyways, continue.
I kind of with my buddy here, you know. Look at my life. Look at my choices, man.
Mm-hmm.
Now let us do this, okay?
We could sweeten the deal. We could give you more. Do you want power? Money?
No.
Do you want peace of mind?
Hamilton just starts laughing.
We can make you forget things. We can make you forget this.
I just, in the end anyway.
I just sigh and I said, I lost peace of mind a long time ago, buddy.
But you could have it back. All things are possible.
Costume packs always work out in your favor.
Look, we're already in the realm of dreams now. He steps back, and as you do that, the entire forest sort of starts lighting up, and sort of this, there's sort of an aurora borealis overhead, and you're in a different forest.
What?
This is a sound check.
Fuck?
God damn it.
So let's see here. Ben, you got a 6, so you're fine.
Yay. Now what?
Well, actually, it's 1 because it's
great.
fucking another universe. Let's see here. Roy, what's yours? Or Hamilton, what's yours?
I'm at 59 now.
You're at 58. You made it.
Okay. That is 5 in a short time, or does this count as kind of a separate problem?
It's 5 at once or breaking point.
Okay. I did hit my break point.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
you actually, yeah. This we'll just say this triggers that. So you, I can't remember. I think hitting break point also triggers the fight, flight, or freeze. So you can freeze up for a little bit, or you could try and run, or you could start shooting them.
No, I'll freeze.
Yeah.
And when I pick my disorder, I'm going to become obsessed with the dreamlands. So.
All right. Very good. House, you rolled a 19. So are you fine?
Yeah, I'm fine.
All right. And then finally, well, someone rolled a 90. That would probably be Tim.
Yeah.
All right, Hill. Yeah, you're in another universe. But you only rolled a 2. So, okay.
Well, that's still below my breaking point.
Okay, well, fight, flight, or freeze.
Fight.
Okay, so you start shooting them? All right. Do you want to roll shooting or should I?
Oh, fuck.
You can roll shooting.
All right, what you shooting at?
80.
80? Yeah. All right. You rolled a 98 though, so you kind of miss. The shot goes wild, and they two just scamper into they just lope into the forest. It's a bolt action rifle. You can't really get it. So yeah, there. As you look around, you're not on. Well, you're not where you were.
That's probably just an illusion magic.
The one, whoever got Secret Blessing, no, that's what you see as well.
Great.
You can actually see perfectly in the darkness now.
Oh, that's awesome.
These
Lovely.
ancient there's sort of these Grecian ruins in the distance. They look quite beautiful. That moss covered, but they're still there. It's like a giant statue, half buried in the dirt.
Look upon my work, see mighty in despair.
Yeah, actually, you can kind of read that in the distance. How can you read that? Your vision is really good all of a sudden.
Well, that's why it just makes me a better night watchman. So.
You and me too. This is great. I won't have to use infrared for shooting with my camera.
Patrolling the perimeter of the circle, because I was worried that they were going to flank us while they were during their negotiations.
All right. A voice comes out to you. It's like, do you want to return?
I say, I don't even acknowledge it. I just kind of look at it and I'm not going to say anything to it. I'm not going to bargain with demons, even if they aren't actually demons.
Yeah, the voices keep talking to you. They're still out there. You hear Jones yell out from the darkness. Look, we have great power, as you can see. We may not be able to cross that circle now, but we will get in sooner or later. But the more we have to work, the more angry we'll be at you. Isn't it just rational for you to just step over the line or throw the corpse over, and we'll return you. We could even return you somewhere else, not at that nasty farmhouse. We could return you anywhere you want. With gold. He just throws out this bar of gold. It just hits the ground, and you can see it. You all see it there.
I'm just going to start patrolling in the opposite direction.
Okay.
I would like to start singing the Mickey Mouse fan club song.
Okay. So you're all being good soldiers, and
Roy's probably still kind of staring slack-jawed at the fact that he's not in his own world anymore.
Yeah.
I'll try to snap Roy out of it.
Okay. Do you have persuade or psychotherapy?
Let me see. Persuade 70.
All right. Yeah. You can kind of cope. It takes a little time, but Roy, you come back to the land of the living, as it were. So, as time passes, they say, we can make things harder for you too. What if we were to bring out innocent people and kill them in front of you? No, nothing.
Oh.
All right.
I've been a soldier, man. That doesn't faze me.
All right.
That's all illusions. Devil has many tricks, man.
All right. Well,
Keep the faith. We're part of a cult.
No, we're
right.
not.
Test of faith.
Well, some of us aren't anyway.
all right.
Oh man, G-Cell owes us big for this.
All right.
Oh yes, I'm sure we'll get medals.
All right. So everyone it's exhausting. Is going to lose another 3 willpower. Would this bring anyone below 1?
Not me.
Nope.
Nope,
right.
I'm good.
No need to drink the tea yet. Let's see here. So, yeah, the night seems eternal, but it you hear a crow cry out, and it's dawn, and you blink your eyes, and it's back to reality. It was very disconcerting, but the corpse is still there. So good job. You didn't give in to temptation. The gold bar is gone, of course.
Yeah, well.
Yeah,
But there is a little imprint in the
Fucking
dirt where it was.
demons, man.
What the hell were we going to do with a gold bar anyway?
It's like $1.6 million worth of gold. So because
Yeah, but how are you going to use it?
well, you could just run away with your gold and not be a Delta Green agent anymore.
That's what criminology is for.
Yeah, exactly. Like
I'm pretty sure there's a reason why they call it the 9mm retirement plan.
well, if they find you, they have to find you first. And so anyway, so yeah, it's the same routine before. You all can sleep since you all managed to stay up the night. You can all do that. It was very. Do you tell them what happened? They ask you how it was.
Well, we tell them an edited version of what happened.
Oh yeah.
I just say that the devil tried to trick us.
Yeah, there we go. Perfect.
Okay. Well, you did very well to keep the faith.
It's a test of our faith, and we succeeded.
It sounds like their power is weak, that they can only trick. If they were not able to attack you directly, then you have nothing more to worry about. There will be one more night of this, of course, and then on the next morn, Preacher Lament will be here, and you will be initiated in the full mysteries of the convocation. So you are doing very well. Of course, we'll have to send you back to Brother Ashes. He's been. He's not sent any. He's only sent you 4, but not anyone else, which is unlike him. He is very good at finding more faithful, but such as it is,
Times may be tough.
I will send one of our
quality over quantity.
Yeah,
I mean, how many could have resisted the demon's tricks?
Yep.
Like we have.
All right, so you all get to do an action now during the day. You see that one of the cultists, the younger one, has gone out to the barn several times. And let's see here. So yeah, we'll start with Robertson House, because you didn't get to do anything last time. So what do you want to do during the day?
Do you guys think I should sneak out and let G-Cell know there's bad shit going on?
I think if G-Cell's keeping up their end of the bargain, they already know bad shit's going on. But if you're really confident and you're sneaking, you might want to try and bring that bag closer.
Yeah.
Stealth's only at 30. I'm not that sneaky.
Then maybe not.
Does anyone have a high stealth skill?
I'm at 60.
One person could assist you by spotting and give you a +20 bonus if they make an alertness check.
How about I spot for Roy?
All right.
You're counting on me to remember where the bag is.
That's true. Oh, shoot. All right, fine. Give it to me. I'll do it. 50 is not bad.
That's
not bad at all. With a bonus.
You know what? Alternatively, whoa, hold on.
That is with the bonus.
Everything we need is already here. The assistant has the keys to the gun cabinet, right?
Mm-hmm. He's going back to the barn and forth, so he's sort of on moving around.
He's going back and forth to the barn. Does anyone think they can get that key off him?
Well, you all have your hunting rifles still, you know.
Yeah, we have our hunting rifles still, but it'd be really amusing if those guns weren't in that cabinet when things went sideways.
Oh, I like that.
Or if they just weren't loaded.
What would you use to steal stuff?
Or they were missing a crucial part.
Or they were missing a crucial... Well, missing a crucial part would take a lot of time. So would unloading them, probably. No, that might be a thing that just... Or even if he just couldn't find the key when he suddenly needed it, but then we're counting on luck.
Yeah, then I mean he checked the gun cabinet several times yesterday.
Yeah.
So.
No, I think it might be best if we don't worry about the bag for now.
Okay.
We could blow everything on that, right?
All right. So, House, what do you want to
do? What would you use to steal the key?
I lost stealth. That would be easy. If you have another skill that you think would be more applicable. I don't think there's a sleight of hand per se.
Criminology?
No. Criminology is more like in theory, how it works, but there's execution is a different thing. So stealth would be the only thing I could see working directly. It's a kind of lifting an object is kind of a
sneaky thing.
Stealth thing.
Yeah. Again, someone could assist to give a +20 bonus by distracting the guy.
Oh, now if the rest of the team...
I could actually try to distract. Because there's a thing I kind of want to ask about. Try to matches up with my thing.
Yeah, it's just the question is, do we do it now? Because he checks it several times throughout the day. So, I mean,
Probably
it might be better for us to do that tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
That's a lot on a coin flip, basically.
True.
yeah.
Okay.
I can make it a lot better than a coin flip with a spotter. For that.
Yeah, we'll do that tomorrow then. Can I see what he's doing in the barn?
You sure can. What's your alertness at?
40.
All right. You actually can see it from where you are. Well, you basically you do sneak out a little bit, but you don't have to make a stealth check because you're just like you just take note of where everyone is, and when you realize they're not looking this way, you will run out and take a look. You look out, the barn doors are open, and he's going into the barn, and you can see that they've dug a great pit in the middle of the barn itself, but there's sort of like a slope heading down into, and he's just walking down that slope, carrying things in and out. They're in bags or in boxes, so he's just carrying supplies in and out of the barn. Yeah, that's all you can see from where you are. Oh,
Okay.
and then you see like something glow sort of blue-green for a moment. There's like a flash of blue-green light that sort of flickers along the back wall of the barn.
Same blue-green as the spooky dead guy on night one?
Yeah.
Well, shit.
All right, fair enough. So that's your action. That's about all you can do.
There's one thing I wanted to ask.
All right.
So what is the penitent doing?
You don't know where the penitent is. He's not in the house. You actually haven't laid eyes on him yet. He was out of the house by the time you got in.
I want to ask, I guess, Brother Patience or whatever brother is there. Yeah. How can we trust the penitent? He's the one who survived. How do we know he is not in league with the devil?
All right. What's your persuade at?
40.
40. That is not of your position. Do not worry. He's being attended to.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Listen.
Let's see here. After you do that though, the younger assistant tells Brother Patience to go out into town and talk to Brother Ashes and pick up some supplies. He hands him a list. So
that's going to be a problem.
Yeah. What he's maybe we should probably mark him for death.
Actually,
well, what's your military science?
My military science is probably nothing.
Okay. Well, Roy,
but I mean,
right?
If we do,
Roy's got a 60.
We were told that if we pray before them,
that's to mark Preacher Lament.
Oh, okay. All
right. Preacher, one, timetables. One, they don't use phones to communicate with one another. So that guy's going to get taken to town. That's going to take him at least, it's already mid-afternoon by the time he leaves. So it's going to take him 2 hours just to reach town. And then it'll be dark by the time it would take him to get there and come immediately back. So he may not come back tonight.
Okay.
So he may not be able to tell them that Brother Ashes is gone, but you don't know. So you could just let this ride. Yeah. Or they may send a message to Brother Ashes to confirm first. Or Celgene might intercept them on their own because they probably see him going.
Yeah.
Katya, are you our marksman?
No, I'm a fucking doctor.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. So Kieran then, right?
Yeah, I can snipe.
You can snipe?
Yep. Well, if 80% is sniper worthy.
Do we have a couple minutes when we find out that Brother Patience is going to be heading into town there, Ross?
Are you trying to snipe him as he's leaving or after he leaves?
No, I'm thinking of trying to convince him that he should take Brother Hill into town with him in case anything's happened to Brother Ashes, and then Brother Hill should take care of Brother Patience out on the road.
I like that.
All right, what's your persuade again?
Well, mine's 80.
Okay.
I'm just wondering if Brother Hill's into this plan, because I'm volunteering him.
Well, yeah, you made your persuade check by quite a bit, so there was a penalty because that seems a little paranoid. Why would anything happen to Brother Ashes?
Why would anything happen to Brother Deacon?
Deacon Silence. He was delving further than any human has delved before.
But the devils came last night and said that we were all under threat. So,
I understand your concern, but let me. Brother Ashes, he stays very safe by being just among the people. He does not. Let me show you. Deacon Silence is doing extraordinarily dangerous thing. Let me take you out to the barn, and I will show you. We lost him. Hopefully he'll come right back. I will show you what he was doing, so you may understand the depths and of his sacrifice. So the young assistant he puts his hand on your shoulder, starts walking you out to the barn.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay. So you go out in the barn. Like I said, there's a great pit that they've dug in the middle of it, and there's like a slope, something like a swimming pool, like there's a shallow end and there's sort of a slope down to the deep end. And in the deep end, there's just this big stone wall that they've set up with just sigils marked in it. And there's like a bunch of dead chickens. And the penitent there's this very, very humble looking guy. He's just killing chickens and pouring their blood into bowls and just pouring it on the sigils. There's sort of like a network of little grooves in the wall, so that all the blood seems to flow through it, through the grooves. It seems to defy gravity a little bit, but you're like, what the fuck? And then of course you don't notice it at first, but when you look at it just right, at the right angle, there's this gapping void in the center of it. So what's your saying right now?
59.
Well, you only lose one. But yeah, it just seems like the event horizon of a black hole, but only when you look at it at just the right angle. You have to tilt your head a little bit, or just kind of, it's just kind of like clipping in and out of reality.
Since I don't completely lose my crap.
Yep.
There are supplies stacked up here, aren't there?
Actually, there's only one box. After the penitent kills another chicken, he grabs that one box of supplies and then he just runs through the void, into the void. And
he clips out of the map.
Yeah, he clips out of existence. And the assistant sort of marches you in an exact position. You can see there's sort of a groove in the ground where it's just worn down. And you can see into it, and it's just you already made your sand check, but yeah, there's just this alien planet. It looks like a rocky bluish purple place with these mile high spires of rock, of basalt, and there's just this little outpost with like little small just a prefabricated metal shed and little sigils everywhere, and the guy is running back into it. He's covered in frost. He's just breathing. He looks at you. You have to hold your breath and run for 5 seconds straight ahead, and then you're in the safe zone. But that 5 seconds, you're not protected. But you can live 5 seconds in vacuum if you're moving, if you just carry your momentum. Because there's gravity, you can run. So he's like, yes. As you can see, Deacon was working well beyond what anyone could be expected of.
I understand now, Brother Patience. Thank you.
Yes, I'm glad you do. I would have you go, and it would be a good experience for you to help the penitent here. 1,001 boxes, and he will regain his name. But you have a far greater duty tonight, so I do not want to tire you out before the third night of the vigil. So
great.
You got something. You got more information.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. I suspected from, I was going to say, once Agent House tells us what's going on, put that together with Deacon talking about through the gate.
Yep.
And Penitent not having been watching closely.
Yep. So,
Ooh,
yes,
actually, can I try one more persuade on my way
sure.
out? Brother Patience, how did the penitent fail? What was his duty?
Oh, he was to watch the gate. You see, you have to watching the gate for more than a second. It tends to give one headaches, causes pain. But you must, because you need to. Sometimes you were literally being the deacon was literally being chased out of some places. Certain this planet is abandoned, but there are other places that are still populated.
But
And,
it must be very difficult to close the gate.
Oh no, it only takes an instant. You just need to know exactly when. You cannot close it too early, or of course the deacon would be trapped. And if you close it too late, then something can reach through and get an element of. It literally grabbed only, but the barest made the barest touch on Deacon Silence, but that was enough to render him sick.
All right, this is the question that might get me in trouble.
Yeah,
but isn't it a complex process to close the gate? How is it done?
No. No, you need blood. And if you just close it off, it's like a circuit. And if any part of the circuit of the conduit is interrupted, it snaps off. It is a very delicate thing.
Ah, a very important task then.
Yes, of course. But timing is everything. And the penitent swore he could do it, and he did not. He tried it was determined he tried his best. He was not, and that he could be redeemed. But obviously it will take some time.
Mm-hmm.
He must
Okay.
be punished. I must be punished. I'm so sorry. Oh, Deacon, if I could have given my life for you. He just starts wailing.
Yeah, I feel terrible for him.
Poor guy.
Yep, he didn't.
All right, I'll let Patience guide me back to the house and away from that plan. But
Yep,
it's a good thing to know.
All right, you guys do anything else? I think you all got actions in.
Yeah, I'll make sure to share what I learned with the others, especially about how to close the gate, because that might become necessary.
Sure.
And I'll share what I know about them running boxes in and out.
Yep. All right. So yeah, you get an idea that they're setting up for another expedition to
Somewhere.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe the same spooky place we wound up.
Oh yeah, maybe. So we the third night begins. You know, you're taking out there. You've given your candles, your hunting rifles, and they go back in the house, and you know you're on your own. It's very quiet at first, you know, like before. Then you hear Jones's voice. Hello. You don't see him though. Hey, bird.
I'm not answering.
Oh, will no one talk to me? No one will talk to poor Jones. Oh. The teenage voice sounds up. Oh, I guess they're just being they're just sticking their noses up at us. They think they're better than us. Oh, they do think they're better than us, even though we have lifetimes of knowledge and power to use against them. Because they think they can hide in that magic circle of theirs forever. But we are not alone tonight. We brought a friend. And I ask out of politeness one last time, one more time, would you please peacefully give us our prize? And we can forget all this?
I glance at Roy.
What? I offered them what they wanted last night. They weren't prepared to bargain. Somebody else wants to talk to them, that's fine.
You also kind of freaked out, but you know.
I did. Well, I freaked out after they fucked with me.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess if this is the last night, how assured isn't Father Lament gonna come in regardless of what happens?
You're understanding he's coming in tomorrow. You don't know when.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the problem. If there's no body in the morning, then that could queer the whole deal, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Okay. Hold on. Jones.
Yes.
Why don't you come forward? Let's talk.
Not while you have those rifles at hand.
Oh,
Listen,
whatever. You brought a friend. Leave your friend back in the dark. Come forward and talk. You're not really worried about the rifles anyway.
Oh, I don't. Well, the
Lifetimes of
sound
power and knowledge.
Afraid of a simple gun.
Well, my friend would be angered, and if my friend gets angry,
That's fine.
there's no
Well,
more
then
time.
if we shoot
You know-
your friend comes and takes care of us, right? Just
Oh yes.
come forward and talk.
Yeah, just
Alright.
let's just talk. Let's
You
talk
first
this
of all-
out like civilized people.
Who hasn't seen the ghoul yet? Probably the three of you who haven't.
Yeah, I haven't seen the ghoul in his actual form. I asked him not to.
Yeah,
Well,
ditto.
he doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, no, apparently not.
You make your sand check though, so you're fine.
Thank God.
Roy's not having a good night.
Kyle, you got a 22. Good job.
Hey, that's a great
Last day.
success.
Yep.
Charlie gives
30
no fucks.
35
Doesn't
for Tim. Are you fine? Tim, are you there? Kieran, Hill.
Tim, we see you, but we can't hear you.
Yeah, we're not getting any levels from your mic either. So.
No, you're muted, man.
Oh yeah, you are muted. I can unmute. There we go. Can you talk? Hello? Well, we'll just say a 35 probably makes it. So we'll say he doesn't freak out and start shooting the ghoul. So
Thank
yeah.
goodness.
Yeah. He looks at you. We need the corpse before the preacher arrives. It is not. It is mutually exclusive. You do not get to be nice with your timing. Once he arrives, he will be able to drive us away. That's why we're coming now. You don't get to have it both ways. So will you give us what we want, or will you defend the corpse of a defend that corpse?
Realize you're not really incenting me to give you the corpse.
Oh, I would. We will break through that circle tonight if you do not give us.
At great cost to both sides, almost certainly.
And we need the corpse so we can, do our job.
If there's no corpse, yeah.
Sorry.
You are so.
He doesn't
What do
come.
you
We don't get to
even
kill
care?
him.
Oh, you went to kill him. Well, good for you. What does it matter? He's just one thing, one entity. Do you even know what he is?
It's not our
Okay.
business to know.
Oh God, you are fools. You are fools. You do not even know what you are killing. You are no better than dogs, just waiting for the next order.
Woof woof.
Says the
Jones.
scavenger.
Scavengers live, scavengers prosper, scavengers survive.
So do dogs.
Dogs die in great heaps. So you are clearly not going to. So I will tell my friend, and we will see who will be a dog and who will be a survivor tonight. He steps back into the darkness.
Crap.
Yep. Well, they're not exactly reasonable. I mean, they're reasonable-ish, but they're kind of. And that's when the ground you hear the boom,
Oh, fuck.
boom,
Oh shit.
Oh, shit.
boom. The trees, you look up. It's the Aurora Borealis. You're in the strange forest again. Yeah. The trees are shaking, and you begin to see a silhouette peeking over the trees ahead, and it is a giant, 3 stories tall, easily, but in a humanoid shape, heavily muscled, incredibly muscled. But instead of a normal head, you see just this enormous vertical maw, a gaping Venus flytrap mouth, just filled with fangs, and a thick tongue, and it just opens wider and wider. Into
Awesome.
Oh, fuck.
Oh shit.
Let's see here.
We're all gonna die.
Helen, what's your sand right now?
Maybe if we just throw him the corpse and run.
No, I'm pissed now.
Helen, what is your sand?
Oh, my sand is 42.
All right, you're fine actually.
Oh, fuck, yay.
Let's see who wants to roll next.
Me.
Oh, why not? Oh, there we
All
go.
right, Kyla, what's your sand?
30.
Well, you rolled an 81, so
Breaking point.
you only lost one though. I rolled a 1 on the D10, so
Not breaking point. Then I'm one over.
yep.
You're clinging on.
Yep.
Clinging on for dear life.
Jeff, what's your sand?
58.
69.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
That's 7 sanity. So, do you want to project?
Okay, I'm down. I can't.
Oh,
This
you
character actually has 0 bonds.
Oh well,
So
know.
I will go. I will go temporarily insane, and I will
Yep.
choose fight. 'Cause screw this thing. I've had enough of this. If it's not part of my team, I'm shooting it.
All right. Well, that's a choice.
Yep.
Hill
Might not be a good one, but it's a choice.
what's your sand? Hill. Tim. Oh, we're still maybe quit and rejoin. Because none of us can hear you. Let's see here. If you can use the text chat if you want. I can read that, and I can just read for you. I can talk for you if you can just give me your current sanity, Tim, if you're there.
I think he might be ghosted.
Oh, okay. All
That's
right.
weird.
Yeah, he might have just disconnected. All right. So we'll say he makes it for now, but is otherwise like so he will as it is charging towards you. Ramirez, Hamilton, you can give me a firearms. What's your firearms at?
Hamilton's is 70.
All right. Do you want me to roll or you
roll.
You don't get a bonus for how big it is?
Well, it's dark and it's running. Well, yeah. You hit it. So good job. There's a bleeding welt on it now.
I know, bleeds. We can kill it.
Technically, yeah.
Nice.
It would be helpful if you had a lethality weapon.
Tim just vanished.
Yep. So hunting rifles are definitely not lethality weapons. And I'll give you another shot. I'll give you 2 more shots. Actually, you can get off 2. So, and all 3 hit. Yeah, you put some holes into it. It's bleeding. What are you guys doing? Actually, at this point, the corpse lights up and says, if you survive till dawn, hide me, protect me, and you will go back to Earth. Hide in the forest. Their grave diggers fear that creature as much as you do. You only have to avoid it.
Oh, okay, great.
All right, somebody grab the corpse. Somebody grab Roy.
Tim, can you talk? So having technical difficulties. If you can use the group chat. Oh, okay.
No worries.
Tim, what is your current
Glitchy.
standing? Oh, there we go.
51.
51. All right, you got a 17. You made your sand check against the mountainous creature with the vertical maw. So Jeff's character is going berserk, firing round after round into to little effect, apparently. Let's see here, doing some damage, but I mean,
it doesn't seem put off by this.
Just aggro it.
So the corpse just told you to, the wall will, the barrier will not hold forever. Pick me up, carry me into the forest, and hide me. It slams up against the an invisible wall, and you can see crackling energy against it,
Oh,
sealing the creature. But it's just in a berserk rage, just battering again this barrier. You see the powder on the ground just shake, and just little blue sparks light up along it. So we'll just do this round by round. We'll start with Helen. What are you doing?
I'm gonna grab the corpse.
All right, you pick up the corpse. Ramirez, you can fire 2 more rounds into it. Once you're empty, I'll give you a chance to get, let's see here. That hits.
That'll put me at 5 of 6 rounds. So
Yep. So yeah, you're just firing ka-chunk, ka-chunk, until you run out of ammo. You'll be in shooting land. Let's see here. Kyla Robertson, what are you going to do? Helen just picked up the corpse. Are you going to help her?
I'm going to grab Roy and just start trying to drag him away.
All right. Roy, are you going to let yourself be dragged away?
I would imagine that'd probably be a sanity check, wouldn't it?
I'll let you have the choice. You can choose to. It's a teammate, not the monster. So
Okay. Oh crap! Yeah, because Roy's all about the mission. So yes, he will let Robertson drag him away.
I will say you drop your gun though in sort of a confused state. So
oh yeah, no problem.
It's all right.
Sorry.
You can have mine.
All right. Tim, what are you gonna do as the giant is battering the invisible barrier around you? You can go out the other side and enter into the forest, or you can stand your ground and see what happens.
Lugga corpse.
Team Lugga corpse. All right. So the entire team steps over the magic circle. You're in a strange.
I'm gonna
forest.
cover two.
You're gonna cover what? We lost you again after you said cover.
I'm covering Team Lugga corpse.
Okay, you're covering Team Lugga corpse. All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yep. It's always fun dealing with technical issues. So the creature, you hear it smash. As you only get about 50 feet away behind a couple trees, and when there's this bright flash of light, and you hear this roar of pain, and you hear it stagger away. As you look back, you can see the circle of powder is gone. The gug is heavily burned, bleeding profusely, but still up. And it looks around and doesn't see you there. So the question is, are you going to try and hide, or are you going to try and outrun it, or are you going to try? Is someone going to like distract it? Like, you guys can talk here.
Someone should aggro the monster.
All right. So who wants to play bait?
At the highest athletics.
It's not me.
Me, 80.
Yeah, you have the highest athletics.
Just kite it. Just kite it.
Yeah, I'll act as bait. I'll just shove Roy, tell him go, and start acting like bait.
All right. Tell me how you do this, because I really need to know the specifics.
Well, I still have my rifle, right?
Yeah.
Shoot it in its burn wounds.
Yeah, I'll shoot it in one of the burns.
All right. What is your firearms?
40.
All right. You do hit. You rolled a 3.
Yeah.
And so it does turn around and yells at you. Just this enormous, monstrous, inhumanly low roar.
I just yell back at it and start running.
Okay.
As hey, over here.
Thung, thung, thung. All right. You got a 38 on your athletics. It has an athletics of 50 because, it's enormously strong, but it's not particularly dexterous. And it got a 6. So you beat it. So you lead it away a little. So you guys, the 3 of you are carrying the corpse and, looking around. Let's see here. The corpse is glowing a little bit. and says, "Wait, we can open a gate and go back to the farm through the gate. It requires a blood sacrifice, though."
Oh, dear.
Dead silence.
Yeah. All right. So you're not like not jumping on that. So are you
We'll put
just
a pin in that.
all right. What? Give me the three of you. What are your athletics? I assume you're just trying to get as much distance as you can. You're not trying to hide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine is 60.
Minus 30.
60
Yeah.
fails. 30 fails. Tim, what's yours? So I can look it up. That is
30.
30. Okay.
30.
All right. Yep. You all three of you fail. You're all oh god. You're not doing well lugging a corpse through the woods. You make a little bit of distance, but not a lot. So back to Robertson. It's chasing after you. Let's see. Or actually, no. Do you want me to roll for you first or for it first?
Roll for me first.
All right. Oops. 53. So that's good. And I rolled a 67, so you're gaining a lot of distance on it, to the point where it might lose track of you.
I'll stop and shoot it again.
All right. Well, you miss with that, and your gun jams because you rolled an 88.
Damn.
So let's see here. You make a new one, and it roll. You're easily keeping away with it. You are getting tired though. You lose 1 point of willpower. What do you add in willpower?
Oh, did I gain it back?
Yeah.
Okay, I still have 6 willpower.
Okay. You can't. Yeah, you realize you're going to run out. You're going to die of exhaustion if you have to keep running for the rest of the night, assuming time passes at the same rate here.
It might not.
It might not. You just have to last till morning. So, what is your strategy? Are you going to look for something to tree yourself on, or some sort of impassable barrier? Yeah.
Is there like a narrow pass or anything I can like hide in?
There is a narrow pass. There's a little ravine.
Does it lead out the other side?
You don't know. You can't see that far. It bends. Do you keep looking or do you jump in the ravine?
This is a hard choice.
It is a hard choice, and you need to make it quickly.
I'll keep looking.
Oh, fuck. No. I just remembered that hopefully we're not in the middle of it. We don't land in front of a claymore when day comes.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's going to be another fun thing. You both failed your checks. So I'm going to say you take some damage as you fall. You take 4 points of damage as you fall and slam your knee on a rock.
Ow.
But it's clobbering, it's bashing through things, so it's not doing better. So meanwhile, you're not having a great time. Team Lugacorp, so it's 30, 60, 30. So 1 fail, 2 fails, 3 fails. You're not.
God.
God.
We're trying to find the path. Is the path still in this reality?
God.
Path to where?
Back in the farm, because I don't want to. When we go back to Earth, I don't want to land on top.
There is a path leading up to a structure on the hill. It looks kind of like the farmhouse.
Yeah, I would like to say that we should go towards that.
All right. As you get closer, it actually now that
I
you look
I don't want to fall into a punji pit.
It's actually a lighthouse.
Great.
A lighthouse.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
What do you do?
It looks like a big sturdy stone structure.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's head that way then.
All right. You get to the door. It's locked. There's a light on inside. I mean, there was a light in the lighthouse.
Fuck it.
We have a universal lockpick.
You're shooting the door.
Oh, you know what? Maybe try bashing with the butt of the gun first.
Are you knocking it first, or are you just gonna?
There's a fucking monster outside.
All right. So you start bashing the door down. What's your strength times 5?
My strength times 5 is 50.
50. You roll a 59. Or no, that's a 39. Sorry.
Oh, yay.
No, it's a 59. Sorry. The number is kind of partially worn off. Yeah, you're not doing well. You hear an old man's voice.
There it is.
Who's there?
What's up, Randolph Carter?
That's
Candy
okay.
Graham.
Candygram, encyclopedias. We'll yell, travelers, pursued and in danger.
Well, you make that persuade check. You're convincing. Oh,
Yeah, weird.
you're human, right?
Yes.
All right. He opens the door. He sees you three. Oh, that one isn't. He points to the corpse.
It's a long story.
Well, you'll have to leave it outside. I can't leave it in here. The cat won't stand for it. You see a cat, it's a nice little living room kind of thing, and there's a cat resting on a bookshelf, and it kind of looks up.
Is there a place where we can hide it?
You look around. You do see. Oh yeah. Are you asking this, or are you just looking for it?
I'm asking. I could. Yeah.
Oh, there's a cave on the other side down there. You can hide in there if you want.
Oh God, it's the mission. Yeah, fine. Okay, we'll take the body. We'll hide in the cave, or at least one of us will hide in the cave with the body.
All right. Who's that?
Give me a rifle.
Okay. You take a rifle,
right.
and you head to the cave beneath the lighthouse. So the other two of you cram into the lighthouse with the old man and his cat. Meanwhile, house.
Meanwhile, elsewhere.
Yep. Let's see here. You make your athletics check. You lose another willpower. The creature critically fails his athletics check. And seems to fall in something.
Oh,
Can
can I tell what direction the guys went?
What's your alertness?
40.
No.
Shit. Shit.
Do you have navigation?
Let me check. 30.
Nope.
Well,
You're
I'm just
lost.
gonna. I'm
Yeah,
hopeless
this is a
and
sand
lost.
check.
I'm lost.
You're lost and alone. She's adapted to helplessness.
Oh, you
Yes,
are?
I am.
All
Yes,
right,
I
well,
am.
never mind. Yeah. This is about right.
Yes,
Yep.
This is what I always figured would happen.
Yep.
This is par for the course. This is just like that time I got kidnapped by a cult. Not this one, the other one.
Well, you volunteered for this. You weren't kidnapped at all. You walked into it willingly. So, at any rate, what
In
are
the
you
dark, I scream, "God damn you, Delta Green!"
Hello? A voice
Oh,
comes out. A
fuck.
different voice comes out.
Nope. I'm not answering. Nope.
Okay, what are you doing then? What are you looking for?
What direction did that voice come from?
Basically, probably 4 or 5 o'clock.
Is it the direction that the dude
the
fell
gug
down?
came the gug it was a gug, by the way, or it is a gug. It's not dead, it just fell down. It fell at 6 or 7 o'clock behind you. So 7 o'clock, yeah, the gug fell at 7 o'clock. The voice came from 4 o'clock. Does that make
Should
sense?
I answer?
Well, that's your choice.
We're not there.
Yeah, no one's going to help you with this one.
Hello?
You wanted to...
I
Hello.
made my bad choices. It's time
Yeah.
for you to make yours.
True. Hello?
Yes.
Friendly?
Yes, very friendly.
Oh, please. Who are you?
I forgot my name, but I'm trying to get back. This is not Earth.
That's
Did
good
you know
stuff.
that? I'm trying to get back to Earth.
Yeah, I figured. I'm trying to get back too, but
A woman comes out of the darkness. She's wearing a Greek kind of robe. Can I? You've come from Earth recently. Can I follow you?
If you want to get chased, by all means.
Oh, well, I know a place where you won't bother us.
Will it get me home?
You're not here. You were only brought here by a curse. I can see that now. But if I cling to you, yeah, I'll come with you back to Earth.
Shit. Sorry, lady. I already have a girlfriend. I just run.
No, please, no. All right. All right. You make your athletic check. Lose another willpower. What are you at?
4.
Okay. Why did you lose at least 3 from the thing? Well, your willpower is 7, right? Or
Yes.
What is okay. All right. Yep. So that's you right now, running blindly. And
Praying that when this is all over, I'll go home.
so meanwhile in the lighthouse, actually no, who's going to you? Sorry, Roy, you're going in the cave, right?
Yeah, I'm going in the cave.
It's a small cave.
Okay.
It's about enough for you. It's just a small tunnel. You can get a little bit of light from the stars or Aurora Borealis, whatever the fuck it is. And you look down, you can see a valley below you, and you see buildings, and they look ancient. Like, well, I mean, they look new, but the style is ancient. It looks like a Greek or Roman. Well, do you have history?
I have 20%.
Okay. Oh, you actually make it. Yeah. No, those buildings and styles look like ancient Greece down there. And there are lights, and then valleys. It looks very pleasant, like you're back in time. And the cave goes on further, but it's in total darkness. So I assume you stay near the entrance of the cave.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. Just me and a dead glowing guy hanging out in the dark.
You hear it kind of whispering. You can't really understand it from, I assume that you put it down on one side of the cave and you kind of sat down on the other side of the cave.
Yes.
Facing it.
Yeah. I'm not cuddling him.
Okay. So you're
That'd be
not.
weird.
It's trying to communicate with you. But I assume you're not in the mood to listen, or where are you?
Oh.
I made my bad choices. It's time for you to make yours.
Fair enough. I've already made lots of bad choices. Thank you very much. No, you know what? Screw it. I'm picking up a disorder at the end of this anyway. So, yeah, no, I'll listen.
Okay.
Why not? There's just me and this corpse in this beautiful valley down below that looks like it might be a good place to get away from all this.
Yeah. He's thanking you. Thank you. Your faith will be rewarded. The end is soon. Humans will end. This place is beautiful, is it not? We could build our own place like this, our own world. Because we will be as gods. We will be better than the grave diggers. Their hypothesis is false. Stealing memories like parasites. They think that their cursed immortality gives them strength. It does not. It limits them. We will go down there, but the creature that is chasing you can track me down. It will only be temporarily distracted unless we give it another sacrifice. The old man up there, he could serve, or you could go down there and take one. They are so innocent and trusting. Or you could use your own blood to cover me up if you did not wish to make such a sacrifice.
How much of my blood, Deacon?
As much as you can spare.
Oh, dear.
Man, too bad we don't have someone with first aid to control a bleeding.
Yeah, too bad we don't have that first aid kit. Oh, wait.
Aww.
Yeah.
You got clothing.
Basically, do you have a knife on you? I forgot if you were one of the
Oh,
people
yeah.
checking.
No, Hamilton's got a knife.
Yeah, you can choose to do yourself a D3, a D4, a D6, or a D10 of damage. And then it's a bleeding, so you have to, stop the bleeding somehow.
Oh.
Or you can just, maybe he's full of shit and maybe the guy won't find you in time.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I'd love to take my chances on that because I've been really lucky so far.
Meanwhile, in the lighthouse, let's see here. I think it's Tim and Ben. Sorry,
Yeah.
Hill and Helen. The old man's there. He looks like someone dressed up in like mariner's clothing from 100 years ago. Big white beard, a wool sweater, work pants and boots, and he's smoking a pipe. And there's like a bookshelf, and there's a cat there just watching you. And there's a couple of there's a stool and a chair, and he kind of motions for you to sit down, and just kind of sits down in his chair, and lights his pipe, and says, "Travelers, huh? Well, this place will get the best of anyone. You'll wake up soon enough in the morning."
Okay, is this place strong enough? We're being chased by a monster.
Oh yes, I heard them. Yes, he's lured out from. Well, he cannot. He'll have to leave before morning. The light will kill him.
Oh,
So
okay.
You'll go back to the underworld.
That's
Well, that's good.
yeah.
Yes.
What about the grave diggers?
Oh, what about them?
Do they have to go underground too before?
Oh no, well, some of them do, some of them don't. It's if they've had the food of the underworld. If they've eaten anything in the underworld, they cannot leave or stand the light. But those from Earth, they can come and go as they please. I doubt they'd be around where one of those is around. They're not too good at understanding friend or foe.
Okay.
Oh, what's that? Oh, yes. Are you hunters? Are you hunting something, trying to lure out prey?
You could say
no,
that.
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Oh. Well, Sebastian here would appreciate it if you'd make the mark of bast on him, but he's a cat too. You know how they are.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. So
The occult master. Yeah.
Oh, he puts up with me. He likes the lighthouse. That's why he's here. He likes the. It's warm here, but yeah, no. He anything you can consecrate to bast would be appreciated.
Is that a formal ritual or?
Oh no.
Very...
The cat just jumps off the bookshelf and starts sort of walking, towards you.
Okay.
And you just get an impression, a thought in your head, a red thought.
Yay!
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit!
Oh man!
How do you react to that? Yeah.
It's just It's just there's a lot of. It's been a busy day. I won't think about it too hard.
All right. The cat kind of just wanders upstairs. All right. Anyway, so house, you run as far as you can, and you're just gasping for air as you bend over, and you in the distance you hear another roar. It's clearly not dead. And you hear dong dong dong. It's not going directly towards you. You realize if you were to hide, you wouldn't even have to make a check where you were. You could just hunker down.
I'll hunker down. Where can I hide? And you mean I get
It's a forest. There's bushes and undergrowth and things like that.
Fuck it. I'll hide in the undergrowth.
All right. As you do, you hear it's just yes, and something skitters away from you.
Oh shit!
You see big eyes looking at you in the dark.
I hold my breath.
Yeah, it seems as scared as you are. So whatever it is, and then boom, 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 boom. It kind of Dopplers away.
I'm not moving.
Okay.
I'm staying put, just kind of trying not to have a heart attack out of fear.
Okay. Well, that's you. That's your night.
The Marine Corps didn't prepare me for this.
in the just, please help me, my beloved is on earth.
Now I feel bad.
Okay. Well,
We all have beloveds.
so meanwhile, back in the cave, Roy.
I'll look over at the corpse. I'll be like, "Don't go anywhere," and then I'll walk up to the lighthouse.
Okay.
Don't go anywhere.
I'll knock on the door.
Yeah, the door opens. You see the old man. Oh.
Hello.
Yeah.
I need to talk to my companions for a second.
Oh, okay. I'll let you in.
Do either of you know a damn thing about stitching wounds?
I do. I'm a doctor.
All right, come with me.
Okay. I go with him.
All right.
All right. So when we get back to the cave,
I guess I'll climb up to the top.
All right, you climb up to the top, so you get to see the thing as it comes out of the tree line.
That's awesome. I got a good look at it. So should you.
Yeah, bones are sticking out of it. I mean, it's in bad shape, but it's just making a beeline straight for the hill, straight for the lighthouse.
So I'll bring Helen down with me.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Helen.
Yeah.
We're going to do something that qualifies as a bad idea.
I
With that,
mean,
I'll pull out my folding knife.
that's a pretty. Oh, okay.
So it says that if we cover it in blood, that thing won't find it.
Okay. So you're going.
So
to
I'll
cut
go
yourself
first.
And great.
Yep. And then you're going to do it too.
Okay.
But you're going to make sure I don't bleed to death. Hopefully I can do the same for you. So I'll basically open a cut on my forearm. I will do D6 damage to myself.
All right.
This is gonna suck.
It's only 1 point of damage. You're kind of
Really? Seriously?
But you want to roll again?
Oh God. Yes.
All right.
I feel like
Another
more
one.
on this. It's 2 points.
Yep.
All right, Helen, your turn.
Is that enough? Is he covering the?
No, barely. There's not.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
No, that covers a portion of him.
Okay. I will
Or
take the.
you do it to me and make sure that things don't go horribly wrong.
Yeah, I think I'll do that.
How many points?
Minimum damage, maximum blood loss.
I'm sorry.
So who's cutting themselves?
Helen's going to cut me, but she's going to use her medical knowledge to do a better job of making.
All right, yeah, you can. Yeah, with a medical skill, you can choose exactly how many points you want to drain if you make a successful skill roll.
Okay.
I can give up like 2 more before this starts getting ugly.
I have a 90% in first aid.
All right. All right. So are you taking just 2 more points?
Well, that'll be a total of 4 sacrificed for this.
Yep.
Is that enough?
Also puts me.
It's covering 40% of them.
Hit points.
I'm going to take the knife and slit Jeff's throat and pour everything on it. I have children.
What?
Holy
shit! You're making an attack on him.
Yes.
All right. Roy, you get a human check.
My human's 80.
Yep, you make that. Helen. Yeah.
When I see that he recognizes, I have children to think about, man. You don't have anyone else.
I'm going to say we all make choices.
All right, this is combat. No one's surprised.
Oh no!
Roy, actually, both of you will need to make sand checks first, because. Roy, what's your sand?
51.
All right, that's a crit fail. You're just gonna kill her.
Oh yeah, I was gonna kill her anyway.
Yep, 6 points.
We both were. I think we both were.
I hit my second breaking point tonight.
Yep.
It's been a rough couple of days for Roy.
I have a 42.
All right, you make that. You're committed. You lose 1 to violence for betraying your own teammate. Trying to kill them. So
you're crazy. I had to defend myself.
Roy, what's your dex?
15.
Helen, what's your dex?
13.
All right, Roy, you get to go first.
Unarmed combat of 80. I'm going to take my knife back.
Okay, you're trying to disarm. All right, Helen, you can choose to disarm or forego that and just try or you can try to fight back, in which case it's just 1 opposed roll, and whoever wins gets to either do damage or disarm, or whatever.
I will fight back.
All right. What's what you're using? Melee weapons or unarmed?
Melee is probably melee.
All right. What's your melee at?
30%.
What's your melee at?
30.
30. All right. 80 versus 30. All right. So you get a 30, Jeff.
Okay.
And you rolled a 61, Ben. So
Fuck.
you failed. So Jeff, you managed to. Sorry, Roy managed to disarm. Get the knife out of Helen's hand.
Yep.
So in the distance, Tim, you see the creatures approaching. Neither of your friends have come back to the lighthouse. So you gonna go down and check it out? Or you just gonna watch and see what happens?
Well, I've got a rifle.
You do have a rifle, yeah.
If it starts going towards the cave, I'll try to distract it with bullets.
Oh yeah, no, it totally does. But there's no way to shoot it from the lighthouse. You have to get out of the lighthouse. There's no open window. Yeah.
Wait, I thought he was at the top of
Okay.
the lighthouse.
Yeah, it's a closed glass structure. There's no.
You can smash a window.
You could try and smash the window. Are you going to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. You do that, and you hear the old man. What are you doing to my lighthouse?
The U.S. government will pay for your window.
All right. What's your firearms?
80.
50?
80.
80.
80.
Okay. All right. Are you going to wait until it gets in normal range, or are you going to shoot it at extreme range?
Wait for normal.
All right. You hit it then. And it turns towards you. And it's big enough to reach up there. So yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. Maybe a little King Kong action. So maybe. Anyways, new round. Roy, you have the knife now. Are you?
No, I need to conceal this corpse, and Helen's right in front of me. So
Okay. Stabbing her is going to be switching to melee weapons though. So
yep, melee of
what's your
70.
70. Oh my god.
Jesus.
You're using unarmed now. So what's your unarmed?
Unarmed at 40.
All right, 70 versus 40. Jeff rolls a 84. He fails. Helen rolls a 32. So you can do damage or you can disarm him again. You keep fighting over the knife.
I'll do
All right.
damage.
That's a D3. I think Kamarov doesn't have a. Let me look at Kamarov. I think Kamarov. I think
D4 minus 1.
D4 minus 1. All right. Let's see. Where's that D4? You take 1 point of damage.
Okay.
I start screaming about my kids. I need to survive for my kids. Don't be selfish.
Yeah, he slams your head against the back of the cave. So new round.
Nobody.
Jeff, you can either disengage or you can continue to fight. Or
I went temporarily insane, so it's not really a matter of choice at this point.
All right, you rolled a 63, so unless he gets a crit success, you're going to win this round. And he rolled a 47, which is a failure. So a knife, I believe. I'll double check. I believe that does a D6. Well, maybe it does a D4 or D4 plus 1. Let's see here. Gear and services, heavy weapons, body armor, and a hand weapons. Let's see. You said this was a utility knife, not the K bar, right?
Yeah, it's not the K bar.
Yeah, that's a D4. Do you have any strength bonuses or anything?
I do not.
Okay. Did you actually look that up? Because I usually forget to look up the strength bonuses and stuff.
Yeah, no, it's my strength plus con is 20, so it's like right average.
Okay.
It's only strength. Right?
You inflict 4 damage to Helen. Helen, what are you at in hit points?
I'm at I was at 9, so that's I'm at 3 now.
Yep. So wait, 9 minus 4 is 5, so you're at 5 hit points, I think.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Again.
Yeah. All right, so she's bleeding pretty badly. You hear gunfire outside.
Mm-hmm. Can I stay within my fight response?
Mm-hmm.
What I'd like to do is grapple Helen, like get her in a chokehold, and like start smearing the blood from the newly created wound over the corpse.
Yep. If you succeed on an unarmed check, yeah.
I'm going to try to put him in a chokehold as well.
Yeah. All right. That's all right. Let me roll this in here. All right, you get a 9, Jeff, and then Ben.
Okay.
You keep dropping out. You roll an 89. So yeah, you're in a chokehold. You're being grappled. The blood's pouring on the corpse. So yeah, it's just getting dashed on there. Meanwhile, Tim, you shoot again. At this point, the old man is, trundling up the stairs. He you shoot at it again, and it recoils. It picks up a large rock. So what are you gonna do? Are you gonna go back downstairs, or are you gonna keep shooting? It's telegraphing what it's gonna do next. I'll just say.
Does it look especially dexterous? Like, I don't know. Well, if it hits at all, it'll kill me. I guess I'll go back down.
I'll give you that much.
I'll go back down.
All right. You go back down, and then a giant rock smashes the lighthouse. And yeah, it's not, and you're just kind of, the old man is up there and he's yelling at you. He's trying to grab the rifle, wrest it from your hands. He is very strong, actually. What's your unarmed?
80.
Okay. So yeah, you're wrestling with him. You win that fight, so you can knock him down the stairs. You want, or you could just hold on to your gun.
I'd rather just hold on to my gun.
All right, you just hold on to a gun. So you're stuck up there right now. As the old man is very irate that you brought the ire of a giant monster on him, and wrecked his lighthouse. But you hear it trundling away. It's or the giant beast starts marching away. It's obviously got the scent. So meanwhile, or maybe it did, maybe it realizes it's not here, so it's continuing on. So meanwhile, round. Let's see here. All right, you get 16 versus a 73. So, Jeff, you wanted to keep strangling her?
If she's bleeding,
yeah.
Like if I'm increasing the amount of blood coverage on the corpse, then I will choke her till she passes out.
Okay. You take 2 damage.
Okay. I'm at 3 then.
Yep. All right. You both hear the creature's footsteps, and you continue to fight, or yeah. Jeff, I assume you're still fighting.
Well, I don't really think I have a lot of choice at this point.
Yeah.
So. Well, I would say the creature's footsteps would be enough to wake you up, or like allow you to choose a different course of action. It's like giant fucking monster.
Run.
Yeah, I'm going. I will release Helen and say good luck. Grab the corpse's feet and start dragging it further into the cave.
Okay.
I will crawl.
So I basically push her toward the entrance of the cave as hard as I can.
I will try to
dragging the body away from the creature.
At the very least, I would like a Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner-esque stare dead into his eyes. So that he knows that he did this.
Okay.
And curse him from beyond the grave.
Miss, I have kids.
Yeah, no, Helen. Kamarov does not have a good end. The Gug sees you.
Fuck.
What's your dodge? Yeah, you might survive this.
At 30.
The Gug makes its attack roll. Let's see if you can make a dodge roll. No, you do not. Yeah. Yep. Kamarov does not make it.
God damn it.
Yeah. So you're just in this the bottom of the cavern. It just is this little. There's sort of a hole. There's like a well or a pit in just with a little stone path around there. You can hear the wind howling up from below. and you're just kind of cowering there, clutching the blood-stained corpse. As it as it whispers, "You did the right thing. You protected. You did the right thing." And you're just kind of staring, and then you blink. All three of you that are still alive are in the burned out the shed. Kamarov is not with you.
Where's Helen?
She didn't make it.
God damn it.
You hear a car pulling up nearby.
You hear a car pulling up nearby?
Yeah, you're not too far from the farmhouse.
Okay. All right. And we've got the body.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Do I notice is there still blood on that body?
Yeah. There's
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot of blood.
I'm covered in it.
Yeah.
I am just gonna look at him,
I hold up my arm.
dead in the eye,
Mm-hmm.
scoff, and then just walk towards the car because I'm disappointed in you.
You're disappointed in me. I'll start. I'm literally just dragging the body by the feet at the moment. Someone should probably help me pick this up so it doesn't look like we're just dragging him along like he's a sack of friggin'.
I'll grab the other side.
All right, you
Thank
carry
you.
the body up.
He's like, holy.
You see, there are 3 cars, and in the middle one, there's like 10 or 12 people coming out of them. They're like sedans, they're nice sedans. There's a very old man. He's clearly important. He has a very kindly face, like your grandpa. And he sees you, and his eyes light up, and he outstretches his arms. Children, are you the new faithful? Did you held the vigil? You exceeded all of your expectations.
Aye.
Are you well?
Are you the father?
I am not I'm preacher. I am your preacher. I am preacher Lament. I am here to perform the last rites on Deacon Silence. You have done
I will
well.
fall to my knees in front of Preacher Lament reverently.
Okay.
Clutch his hand.
Yep. What are you doing, Tim?
And say, I am honored to meet you.
Kneeling.
Holding the body up because we were holding.
Yeah,
You can-
I'm overcome. I'm overcome by religious fervor.
Yeah. You just drop the body. It's on the grass.
Can I make an alertness check? Do I see G-Cell anywhere or any sign of G-Cell?
What's your alertness?
40.
If they're doing their job, you shouldn't.
Nope. You don't see them.
I just fall to my knees. Not reverently, just kind of like I'm fucking tired.
Oh, you are. Oh, of course I would understand that. You are overwhelmed. You please rise. And as you do that, his head explodes. And you hear
Fuck it, run.
tremendous report of gunfire. Like those with firearms above 40 recognize it as like a heavy, like an anti-material rifle. Like
They were making sure.
And there's just silence for a moment.
Not the Barretts.
The cars.
Yeah, and then there's just more gunfire. So this is one last athletics check to get out. Kyla, what's your athletics?
80.
All right. You make it 33 crit success. So yeah, you're gone.
I'm heading for Eve.
Roy, what's yours?
Fuck this.
60.
All right. 56. Yeah, that's close enough. I mean, that's good enough. Yeah. And then Ben, or not
I'm
Ben.
dead.
Yeah, sorry. Tim, sorry. What's your athletics? Sorry, I'll look it up. Tim's athletics is 30 default for Agent Kyrian. He rolled a 13. All right. So the only thing you have left to do is not hit a booby trap. So this is going to be a total luck thing.
Karma's a bitch, man.
Yeah, you're running black and white. So you tell me. I'm going to roll a d10, and you tell me if you want good to be high or low, and then that'll tell me if you hit a booby trap or not.
Oh, I'm scared.
Kyla, high or low?
Hi.
High. All right. Hi, you got a 5. You succeed. So no, that would fail. It's 1 through 5 and then 6 through 10. So let's see here. How many hit points do you have left?
Let me. Oh man, 7.
All right. Well,
I'm dead.
you fall. You hit a bear trap and pass out. So the other 2 of you are running close enough that you see this. Are either of you stopping?
Oh, fuck it. Yeah.
All right.
Just remember, I got chased to the woods all night for you.
All right, you can free her for free. Do you have first aid?
I don't.
Okay.
I have
what's
like
your
the
strength times 5?
10%. 50.
50. All right. You're 59. You're not doing too well. Let's see here. Kyrian, Tim, are you going to? You see them? Roy's fireman carrying a house out. Are you going to help? Let's see here. We still can't hear you, so I guess you can put it in the chat and I'll see it. Do. Oh no, technical difficulties. I think Tim's out. We'll say that. Yeah, I can anyone hear him?
Nope.
No.
Nope. Yeah. All right.
Nope.
Such is life. We'll say Tim is going to be if you can use the group chat.
Use again.
Yeah, technical difficulties. All right. You're coming in and out. Yes.
I'm here.
Do you want to help or not? Or just get out?
I will help.
All right. With 2 of you, you don't have to roll. I just need one more luck check. Tim, do you want high or low? Yeah. To avoid one more trap. The suspense.
Haha.
He's
Hi.
killing us.
All right, high. He wants high. All right.
Hi.
A 9. The 9. It
Shit.
succeeds. No, that's good. High is good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's what he was looking
God damn
for.
it.
Yeah.
No, you saved us.
So the 3 of you managed to get to the side of the road, and you're just you hear the police sirens coming, and yeah, you don't know exactly what G-Cell's doing, but nobody chases you immediately. And you remember? Do you remember what the safe house? Can you any of you describe what the safe house is supposed to look like?
There's
How you
barn
Red
with the
door.
red door.
Red door, very good.
Yeah.
So you march and you find it, and you get in there, and there's first aid supplies, and there's a first aid kit, and there's food, and there's water, and there's weapons, and there's a car, and you can all go into hiding now because you've they tell you it's not safe for you to go to your civilian lives. So we will assume we will cover stories for you. You'll have to relocate out of the region. But yeah, so the 3 of you made it out. Good job. So you killed Preacher Lament. So that was the vigil. Question, comment, and suggestions? You guys like it?
Oh yeah, it was fun.
That was tense.
I got the idea because I found out about this Russian
I liked it.
movie called VIY. Oh, you're familiar with it? Yeah. It's on YouTube now. It's made in the 50s, and it's based on Russian folklore, and it's like this weird horror movie about this guy who has to stand a vigil over a witch's corpse for 3 nights. And if he does that, he'll get paid a lot of money by a landlord. But like every night it gets worse and worse, and so I just like that dramatic structure of like standing vigil over a cultist corpse and having a bunch of ghouls come and be like, yeah, give me a course. So, yeah, that was that was the idea behind it. And then, of course, I threw in angel summoning because I really did get a book on invoking angels and medieval magic about summoning angels, and that shit was weird back then.
So what exactly were they trying to summon?
I haven't even specified that. It was gonna be a great old one, probably Yogg-Sothoth. They're probably gonna go all Dunwich horror on it, you know.
I was thinking either Yithians or Vigo.
Yeah. Preacher Lament I had as a serpent person if you actually interacted with him, or
nice.
well, you blew up his head, so like you didn't really stick around to see what the corpse turned into.
No, literally, that's literally the conclusion was like verify that's the target. Okay,
Yeah.
good. I hope G Cell's in position. I don't give a crap. I don't want to know anymore.
Yep. Just weird cultists being weird, doing weird culty
That's
things.
fine. Yep, doing weird culty things. Sorry, Helen.
Yep.
Sorry, Kamarov.
You just couldn't take the bullet, man. You got fucking kids. Got a life.
Yep.
Roy has 0 bonds. That should tell you something about how he views people.
Yeah, if you play Roy again, keep the sanity, and give him choose the disorders.
He's down to 45, man. So he'll have 2 disorders. He hit 2 breakpoints tonight.
Yeah, no, he's not having a good time.
He's got more sand than I do. I only have 29.
Yeah,
honestly,
I'm 1 above my breakpoint.
Yep.
To be honest, the pitch of I cut myself, you heal me. I cut you, and then I heal you is not a great sales pitch, man.
Did you?
I let out all your blood because I have kids.
Did you lure him out there just for the purpose of killing him?
Yeah.
No, I lured him out there because I didn't want to bleed to death, and I have no first aid.
I was worried that you were going to try to kill me. I'm just saying, man.
You could have tried a human.
I don't have great human.
Wow. Your inability to read people is what led to you getting eaten by a gug.
Yeah.
It was perfectly reasonable giving the service. Yeah.
I was trying to work as a team.
Yeah, I might
work as a team.
I might try to run this for the RPPR crew, but I'm not sure.
I'm amazed I survived. I played tag with that thing.
Yeah. Well, I didn't want to make. I mean, it's big and slow when you're falling fast.
Well,
yeah. I mean, you did have to make 4. You had to make 5 opposed athletic checks. So
yeah, you're the best one for it.
Yeah.
True.
So if you'd crit failed or anything like that, you would have. You're like, oh, yep. I mean, it's just gambling. I mean, it's just you're just the dice are the dice. So, yeah. So yeah. Cool. Well, I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. And I hope all the listeners who were streaming this or whatever or listening to future enjoy it as well. Talk to you guys next time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bye, Internet.
Yep.